Hello and welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday and happy Father's Day. And please, if you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. All right. Just going to wait for a few more people to join us and then I shall get started. So if you guys can hear me, please do let me know in the comment section, okay? Please like and share as a comment. Like and share. Like and share, guys. And hello, depression. I think you need to remove this depression. You need to remove this depression from your first. I think I'm just going to call you IRL. I don't like using the word depression. Why do you have such a handle for your name? Please change that name, Biko. You're welcome anyway. Please like and share as a comment. Like and share as a comment. So I'm just going to wait for another 15 seconds and we shall get started. So we give each other. Janet G, welcome. Honestly, this week I've had it for years, but obviously it's only occasionally that I dress up. If I'm at home, I don't. My baby's in the house. Hello, baby Abby. How are you? I know you don't like being called baby Abby, but welcome. How are you? Happy Sunday. Princess Media, I see you. Please like and share as it comes. So like I was saying, Janet I love curly hair, but I don't wear wigs all the time. I'd rather allow my natural hair breathe. But yeah, it's good anyways. I'm giving myself a new look. So yeah, baby Abby. She's laughing. Okay, I guess, guys, please like and share as a comment. I guess we shall get started. First of all, I want to say happy Father's Day to all the fathers who are watching us today. And also, I have a message for all the fathers. And I was actually going to do this as a video this morning to upload this morning, but I was like, no, I'm getting ready for church. I don't want to run late. I will do it as part of the live stream. So happy Father's Day to each and every man out there watching me. And also, I want to implore all men out there, regardless of what part of Nigeria you come from, I really want you to watch this Ifunanya's testimony because there's a lot of lessons in there for all. Janet said, Janet, I would love you dressed up for us. That 115. I only just came back from church about 20 minutes ago, so you're welcome. So I am hoping that if you are a man, Abby, I was wondering as well. Obviously, you've told me in the past that it's always disabled. I don't know why. Keep renewing it. You have the choice. Keep renewing it. So I want to implore all men out there, either you are a father or you don't have children yet, or you're yet to marry, or you're dating to get married, or you're courting to get married, or you're at that stage of getting married, please, I want you to put all sentiments aside and you should go watch this Ifunanya's testimony because there's a lot of lessons you're going to learn there. And also, as a man, I want you to sit down and ask yourself that before you got married, when a man and a woman get married, they become one, right? That's what the Bible tells us. They become one. And it is responsibility of that man to protect his family. And protecting that family involves your wife and your own family that you make. So for the fact that you've now become one, your parents, your own sisters, your own brothers, they are a different branch on their own. Now your own branch has now come off and you've now started your own branch because you're starting your life with your wife and then you're going to start your children. So as a man now, either married or unmarried, I want you to have a sit down and have a think that when you get married and you have children, would you rather your own siblings inherit you or your children? This is a question I want you to sit down at your own quiet moments and ask yourself. Me sitting here, if I were to be a man and I have children, I'd rather my children inherit me. And if I am Otedola, rich to that extent, obviously I'm going to give something to my extended family. But what comes first most, and I've always said this, after God comes, me. After me comes my own family that I've created. And that involves my husband, my children. And after then, it comes my parents. And after my parents come, my siblings, and then all of my adopted daughters and brothers. There's no way I'm going to put my sisters before my children. There's no way I'm going to put my parents before my children. So as a man, today being Father's Day, I want you to have a good thinking. As a father who has children, regardless of your tribe, Yoruba or whatever, because at the end of the day, this Ifunanya story, now the one where we hear, we know, is because Ifunanya comes out with it. If she decided not to come out with her story, we wouldn't know. Like I said, there are thousands of cases out there that we do not know about. It's the one we know, that is the one we hear of that we know. So have a think in your own quiet moments and figure out if it's your extended family that you want them to inherit your hard work or your children. And also, as a parent, I really need you to give me a reason why your brother, your sister is on the paperwork as your next of kin. When you have children, why is your sister? Why is your brother? Why are your parents like on your documentations as your next of kin? Why? You are married, you have children. Why are they listed as your next of kin? So those are the questions and advice I've got for all men watching me right now. That please have a think about all these things and make amends, because at the end of the day, you are the man, you started the family, it's your responsibility to protect, to guide, and care and nurture for the family you use your kodokmo, you use your cucumber to raise. So let's dive on to today's story. So according to the title, I've already done my Father's Day message. Yesterday, there's been update. I see you guys, I see your comments. Abby said, and he keeps refusing bank cards too. I wonder how many people give up because I don't know. I need to figure out why that is happening. Janet G said, Igbo folks don't look at marriage as a two become one thing. Wow. Something needs to change. You would think it's common sense. Then I just say, culturally, the wife is just an attachment. The groom sees himself as part of his birth family. The wife is considered an outsider. That's why in some cultures, wives don't inherit husband's property. That culture has to change. I'm sorry. That culture has to change. Anyway, there's been a lot of back and forth. There's been a lot of, people coming out. Like I said, Prime Minister of the Enugwu Ukwu. So this is the community that rose up to help Ifunanya. So apparently, there are a lot of things that Ifunanya has actually not told us. Obviously, when she started her story, she just started with she checking up on her dad and stuff like that. We did not know about divorce between her parents. We did not know about that. It was later on, I think in chapter maybe 15 or something, that we found out that she has other siblings. She's not the only child. So a lot of people have come out from the father's side of Ifunanya. We already saw our uncle, the uncle of the year, this man, whom we saw in the video, who apparently went to the care home that Ifunanya's dad is receiving rehabilitation. He went in there and allegedly went to a room trying to make Ifunanya's dad, Mr. Peter, to sign the documentation. And according to the video, chapter 15, part 15 of Ifunanya was saying to him that, come, I have the power of attorney of my dad. Whatever it is that you've given my dad to sign, it does not hold, because at the end of the day, you have no right whatsoever to give him anything to sign. So all of these things that Ifunanya was saying, she was practically reading him the riot rights. I mean, the riot act, like, no, I have the power of attorney of my dad. Whatever it is you've given him to sign, it will not hold. And again, when Ifunanya said, she asked her dad that, what did you sign? Ifunanya said her dad did not remember, said it did not know what is signed, which now takes me back to one thing that Ifunanya said, that when her dad was receiving care by the physiotherapist at the rehabilitation center, she asked her dad that, why are you not able to stand? Because she noticed that her dad could only stand for 6 seconds. And the dad remembered that when he would suffer stroke back in Nigeria and he was receiving care, that they would normally just drop him. So automatically, him standing up, he's terrified of standing up. So anytime he stands up, you think that comes to him is just like to fall back. So if Ifunanya's dad could remember that episode that led him not being able to stand for longer than 6 seconds, how come he could not say or tell Ifunanya what Uncle Gabriel brought for him to sign? So with that being said, and also there's been lots of letters now, charges being people being charged to court. So I found this paperwork. Let me see if I can find the page one. The page one. So this is a petition between Josephine Mokwa. I believe this Josephine has now passed away now, and Francis Mokwa. So these are the auntie and the uncle that were looking after Ifunaya's dad before Ifunanya rescued her dad away from there. And the people listed here were the people who helped Ifunanya in the process of her getting her dad out. So this is like a court paper, a motion of notice actually. So these two Mokwa family people, so I believe they are Ifunaya's brother and sister, they are now suing the Commissioner of Police of Anambra State, the CSP Aruna Mohammed. So all these listed people, all these 8 people that are listed here are now being sued. You can see that Ifunanya is also listed on number 5 there. So these Ifunaya's uncles and auntie, they are now suing all the people here due to how Ifunanya got her dad out. And I was like, hold on, what's going on here? So that's the front page. That's I took that screenshot from Ifunaya's post. And then this is another one. So there's a court case, statement on oath of Josephine. Obviously, whatever happened, that's that there. So many things that have actually started going on is that there's been a lot of people coming out to talk. There's somebody called Chris that's come out to talk. And also, one thing is this. I've asked several questions on my live stream from yesterday, and I'm asking again. If there was love, or if there's love in this family, yeah, 2022, yeah. It's been a long time, yeah, Janet. So if there was actually love in this family, a daughter came home to care for her dad or to do a welfare checkup for her dad. And even if there was issues in the family, for the fact that the child came and said, oh, I came to check up on my dad, and they noticed that she wants to get her dad back, would you not have think that, okay, my brother's daughter is here now to take responsibility, let us step aside? I would have thought that would be the natural thing for them to do. That, okay, since you are here to check up on your dad, that's this, what we are doing, you can take over. But no, they were making it really, really difficult for Ifunanya to even try and get anywhere with her dad. But thankfully, Ifunanya was able to get her dad out of Nigeria. So, like I said, there's been a lot of people coming out here to say a lot of things. People are now speaking against Ifunanya's character. They're saying a lot of things about her. And I'm just like, you know what? Even if for the truth to come out, people, if they don't have anything to hold against you, they will speak against your character. And that is what they are doing already. That is what they are doing already. So this is a picture of Ifunanya's dad in his care home where he was. And there was a video as well that I found. I really don't, obviously I don't understand Igbo, but I'm going to play for those who understand Igbo anyway, if they can, translate for us. Okay. Let's see if this video uploads. Okay. So let's play this video. Oh, I don't think I have the audio for it. Okay, I'm going to remove the video and see if I can find it from the page I found it. Welcome everybody, I see you. So I'm going to share my screen because I found a lot of posts, a lot of things going on. People are now talking, all of the write-up from other family member. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to share my screen with you guys now. So let me share my screen with you. Please like as you come in, guys. Like as you come in, everybody. So I think I should start with the first person I want to search. I want to search this engineer Obiele, that video that I wanted to show you guys. It was on this guy's page that I found the video. Okay, this is the video. So they were speaking Igbo there. I don't understand, but this is a video of this is Ifunaya's dad, and this is a care home. Remember, she said her dad is now in a care home receiving rehabilitation. Okay, so let's listen to this video.
Okay. I have one name, okay. Yeah? I am. Yeah, can here. Video Saturday. Go to buy that chair. Yeah? I want them work call. What in company in I got out here. I actually did it. And what here? I got nothing home. It's that now. Okay. I need to. Opportunity more work I need now. I don't want.
If there's anyone who understands Igbo, please translate in the comment section for us. I don't understand Igbo. But obviously, these are part of the things I came across yesterday. So it looks pretty much better. Like Baba is now much refreshed from the video of when he was trying to get into the car in Enugu.
Ndị ala jụụ n'ụlọ anyị ndị 419 nwere ibe ya emekete sepụcha anyị nwa ụwa anyị wụwa blọd otegba eji ezo onye enụnwa bụ abịa ka ngwa unu ndị Enugwu Ukwu anyị na-enwe ụgwọ Patrick Mwakwuo ndị uru ogbo meseji ndo 419 na-achọ nzuru ego baa n'ụlọ unu zuo ike onye nwanne m nwoke ka ọ look good.
So that's that video there. If anybody who understands Igbo is able to interpret for us, that would be great. So with that being said, that was a video there, and I was, like I said, Ifunanya's dad actually looked great. So, and then I found a post actually from somebody. So this person wrote a long epistle and is alleged that this is also one of Ifunanya's uncle. So apparently, since Ifunanya came out to start talking, some of the family members are now coming out to speak allegedly. They are siblings, they don't fight. Okay, thank you for that. Music said is discrediting Ife, basically saying she's a fraud. Really? Was that what he said in that video? Wow. Valerie said, he said that they are one and they are not correct, that a set of 419 people are after his money. Okay. So you can see from the right up here on the screen here, it says Chris Mokwa, and I'm going to read that to you guys. And then once we finish reading that, I want you to put your thoughts in the comment section, because when I saw that post yesterday, I was like, they never liked Ifunanya's mom. That's my thought from after reading this post by Chris. Okay. So I don't know if I'm able to make this even bigger than it is. Yeah, okay. So I hope you guys are able to read it from my screen there. So it started, Chris Mokwa, according to the profile on Facebook, I woke up this morning with a class, I want to believe that's a call, with a call from a friend from Port Harcourt, Nigeria, asking me to check Facebook to see what is on. I saw a post trending with a half-truth and well-composted lies meant to reframe, castigate, and paint my whole family as MURDERES. The first blogger day, I don't know what he meant by that. I said I want the world to hear. Peter Mokwa is my brother's name, from same father and mother. The life of Peter Mokwa is one that does not have a pleasant beginning. Guys, can you remember? Somebody should be taking a note for me. Pleasant beginning. I'm writing down for a second, okay? Pleasant beginning. He said his brother's life does not have a pleasant beginning. And he continued, he married late, trying to meet up in life. He could get a good wife suitable at that time, and everybody was asked to put eyes. My mother was a devout Catholic, found a girl who always come to morning mass. Peter's marriage was like living with a beast, which later resulted to divorce. Guys, you see what he described Ifunanya's mom has. So he continued, the first son born to Peter was 7 months. When Peter, I'm on the next page now. When Peter came to the hospital, he asked and they said 9 months. He carried the baby and prayed, if this baby is let him follow the mother home. If not, let the mother go back. In less than 15 minutes, he left the hospital, the baby died. So there is claiming infidelity or query about that child's paternity. So all of these allegations, I believe they are being meted towards Ifunanya's mom. It continued. 15 minutes later, after 15 minutes, he left the hospital, the child unalived. Peter left USA with a briefcase. It was properly taken care of. The problem Peter has is drinking. Most times it was Joe that will pick him up on the road. After drinking, he refuses to eat. The daughter whom everyone is praising now came to the village without lifting her hands, wants to clean her father up. What she can't do was to calculate how much a plate of food costs. A plate of food when you guys are getting $5,000 monthly. What she can't do was calculate how much a plate of food cost, and the reason why he couldn't eat more than twice. When she traveled back to USA, she refused sending her father's pension. Reason is wasting money. I wish to tell the world here that this girl has refused to work since many years. So this girl in question is Ifunanya. She has refused to work since many years of graduation. She used her father's money to take a title from the village, used some money to bribe the law enforcement agents to invade the family house, and branded everybody kidnap. A case she could not be able to prove. She told the world that stones and sands were outside the gatehouse, and at the same said a new house is being built. Where in earth is the said stones and sand supposed to be? Like mother, like daughter. Can you guys see that? Like daughter, like mother, like daughter. Another shade to Ifunaya's mother. Peter removed her from handling his pension because of her wasteful spendings. Peter's money goes into his account. The first thing she did was to rush and collected all his arms and checkbook. The family you are blackmailing, you will one day turn back to as the earth remains. Stay tuned. So that was what the uncle said about Ifunaya's story so far. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section for me. I'm going to read it now. So let me read your comment. For me, when I read that comment there, from reading that post, you obviously come across to me that they never liked Ifunaya's mom, or it's a case of they never wanted Peter to get married to Ifunaya's mom. Because what does it mean by Peter, Ifunaya's dad, never had a pleasant beginning? And also the thought of, if this son is yours, let him come home with his mother. If it's not yours, let him die. And the child dying, claiming that maybe that was a child that does not belong to Ifunaya's dad, that Ifunaya's mom allegedly tried to bring. And with all he claimed there that there was sand, we saw the videos from Ifunaya's testimony. I don't know which of the parts. She showed us videos of where sand, a truckload of sand, was packed behind the gate. And we also saw from Ifunaya's video where there's a construction of a new building in the same compound. Obviously, from Ifunaya's video, we saw where sand was packed in the compound. We saw the image of the new building that has been erected. So please, guys, do you actually believe that what this guy is saying is the actual truth if you compare it to the testimony or parts of the story that Ifunanya dropped? Let me read your comment, guys. And like I said, leave your thought and opinion in regards to this post that I've just read with you guys. So Valerie said damage control. Music said the 419 people is clear, referring to Ify. Okay. So which people are 419? I don't know. Valerie said this is similar to the bank owner that died with a wife and 4 sons. Is that the Wigwe family? Hello, Joanne. Joanne said it's only one person that spoke. It said they are one blood. Okay. Valerie said the family says something similar about the daughter. Okay. So Janet, they are trying to character assassinate Ify. Exactly. That was what I thought. Exactly. Madu said success is won by divine fight. Okay. Valerie said oldest daughter who was on the side of her dad's friend. I don't understand your comment there. Mine said, I kind of knew that they were going to end up discrediting and defaming woman. Typical. Guys, like this live stream for me. There's 400 of you watching me. Please, kindly take the like to 100. I really appreciate it. James said, what isn't understood is why a man with such grown kids who divorced in 2002 and was paying child support, not allowed to live with his kids, ran back to his village to live with his unmarried sister. That's another angle. Okay, that's another angle. Valerie said they scattered the marriage. Like I said, from this post, it obviously looked like this Mokwa's family never ever loved Ifunaya's mom. Mine said, leave the woman alone. Looks like she's minding her business. He divorced the mother and not the children. Exactly. So if you divorce their mother, does that mean that you should not care for their children? Does that mean that you should not love them? You should not love the children you had? Another question. Nikki said, honestly, infidelity or whatever issues Ifunaya's dad had with mom is not the issue. Exactly. So I don't understand why this man, Chris, now thought that, okay, this is what the world wants to know after all Ifunanya has shared. Abby is replying, I would say Rambach and Rambach, we know a lot that generation love it back home. Who locked Peter upstairs? He did not acknowledge, he did not answer that question. He did not even say anything about that. Yomi Kitchen said, you can't put sand on the entrance. How will the car enter? From Ifunaya's video, we definitely saw that there was a truckload of sand behind the gates. At some point, Ifunaya said, I think there's 2 entrances into that compound. She said they had to go through the back entrance at some point because they could not come in through the front gates. Mine said food, 500 bucks a month would feed him like exactly. Janet said, well, we saw the actually sound exactly. Thank you so much. Abby said, so what if she hasn't worked? She can't live off Osumio attire. So I see your comment there. I see you guys comment there. I see you guys comment. So Abby said, I didn't work for nearly 18 months after my mom passed, and end of an engagement because I was mentally drained. I could do that because my father was able to support me. If like exactly. So you can support your children. Exactly. So I don't say anything wrong if Ifunanya is actually maybe benefiting from dad's money at some point. Hello, Jojo and Mama Jojo. I see you there. Mama Jojo said, Ifunanya is not lying. Why was her father lying in exactly? Why was her father not lying in filth and dirt? Why did they not take their brother to the hospital? They have been exposed. Exactly, because at the end of the day, this is wickedness of the highest order that Ifunanya has exposed, and this family do not like. They're gonna learn according to Ifunanya. So that's that post there that I found from this Mr. Chris. Okay, and then this person also has another write-up. In quote, the first son born, is it the one I wanted to read? No, that's not the one I wanted to read. So I think I've read everything about that. Okay, so we've already read everything about Chris Mokwa, saying that Ifunanya is a Ole Barao, allegedly. And then I now saw another post from somebody else, from this person. There's a lot. Okay, so this family are starting to talk now. On this person's page, I don't know how this person is to them, but there's a post that this person posted, and it said, people are speaking up. Read this. I don't know who this Michael Emilia is. I don't know. But before we read that, there's something I want to read. Yeah. So one of the people who helped Ifunanya in the community spoke. And it was like, it was going to reach out to the Prime Minister. I think the Prime Minister is one of the people that has been petitioned to the courts. And he said, so this is his post. It said, trending viral video. So this person's Ambassador Elijah Onyagba, and I want to believe it's part of the Enugwu Ukwu community. And he said he was going to get across that he saw the trending video and he was going to get across to the Prime Minister of the community who helped Ifunanya to get the exactly version of what happened. And when I read that version of what that Baba said, it mirrors exactly what Ifunanya has been saying from part 1 to part 15. I was refreshing Ifunanya's page on TikTok yesterday. I hope they've not bullied her into silence. She has not posted anything since on Friday. So this person said, trending viral video. The traditional Prime Minister Onosolueze speaks out. So I want to start from before we read that. So this man said, hold on guys, I want to go from the beginning. So this is where he started from. So I guess I have to go from the bottom. So this person said, guys, like this live stream for me, please. So this person said, viral story as told by Ifunanya from Enugwu Ukwu. A friend of mine, George, brought this story to my attention yesterday and even sent me the link. I took the time to watch all the videos, and I must say they were both deeply disturbing and upsetting. I felt a bit reassured when I discovered that our traditional Prime Minister got involved in trying to resolve the issue. That gave me hope that the truth could be uncovered, especially since he's someone I could rely on for insights. This incident actually occurred between 2021 and 2022. Guys, like for me, please. Like. I really want to get all of these things out, and then I'll get to your comments. And then hopefully we can take a couple of calls. So this person continued. This incident actually occurred between 2021 and 2022, around 3 years ago, while I was away on diplomatic duty in Burundi. As a result, I wasn't aware of it at the time due to limited access to updates. In my capacity as a cabinet chief and Onye Ozoku Enugwu Ukwu na Mori, I'm sorry guys if I'm not pronouncing these names well, I decided to investigate further. So I believe this guy is a journalist, okay? I made efforts to contact the traditional Prime Minister who would have had the best perspective but was unable to reach him. Eventually, through a conversation with Ezeudo, we tracked down a lawyer who had been involved in the case. Conveniently, is also from Enugwu Ukwu, which made it easier to get some clarity. Apparently, Ifunanya's father, Mr. Peter, had separated from his wife and decided to return to Nigeria alone. In the videos, it's clear that she wasn't present when he left the US. He receives a monthly pension, and it appears that his siblings, particularly his sister, Ifunanya's aunt, which we believe he has now passed away now, and brothers, including the one in the US who played professional basketball. We're discussing that one yesterday. And that's the one they call Gabriel, the uncle of the year, according to Ifunanya, took over managing that income. Why? Only Mr. Peter can answer. It seems there was little or no communication between Mr. Peter and his wife while he was back in Nigeria. Yes, they were divorced. So should there be any communication? Guys, let me know in the comment section. Communication will probably be for the upkeep of the children. But normally, as husband and wife who are now divorced, they no longer care about each other, right? Ifunanya only briefly mentioned her mother in the videos, and people have been saying that, oh, Ifunanya was not being truthful. If she wanted to say the story the way the way it is, she should have started from, yeah, my parents were divorced, blah blah blah. She should have started, but I guess she has a reason for not going through all of that. Okay, so as the eldest child, she has other siblings, males and females. Unfortunately, Mr. Peter suffered a stroke, and it's likely that neither his wife nor children were around him during this period. His siblings seems to have taken on the responsibility of caring for him, given that $5,000 a month was involved. It's not hard to see why certain parties might have motivated by financial interest, but to have the man practically locked away, none of his family seems to be addressing that. Why was he locked away? That was deeply shocking to me. I will provide updates on this once I speak with Onowu. Ifunanya's sudden return to Nigeria may have caught the family off guard, prompting them to act defensively. It's easy to imagine how people might have speculated about a man who left for the US with his wife from Amobia, had children, and then returned without any of them, only to suffer a stroke and other health issues. With a steady pension, the expectation would be that he'd at least get adequate medical care. So the real issue wasn't money, but possibly mismanagement and neglect. Exactly. There also appeared to be a serious communication breakdown between the Nigerian and US-based family members, with a general air of suspicion on all sides. It was that lack of communication that prompted Ifunanya to head to Nigeria. The traditional prime minister and the youth deserve praise for stepping in, gaining access to the property, and facilitating the reunion between father and daughter. As I write this, I'm here to speak with Onowu, so this account is from my conversation with a lawyer. I hope you guys are listening. Let me scroll through your comment. I know there's a lot of comments here, but guys, I'm not ignoring you. If you're new here, please like and share. There's 573 of you watching. Please like and share. Like this video for me. I really appreciate it if you do, guys. Please like and share. So I hope you guys can see the screen from. Let me put it to a place where you guys can see it clearly, so that you'll be reading as well with me. So guys, like yesterday, I almost went live midnight yesterday when I saw all of these things. So let's get there. Sadly, the aunt in question passed away 2 years ago. The good news is that Mr. Peter is now back in the US, receiving proper care and reunited with his wife. So does that mean that they are now back as husband and wife? It's not well cleared in this write-up, but I want to believe reunited. I believe they are happy together again. Ifunanya, I've also learned, is happily married to a young man from Ukwu who lives in Lagos. Interestingly, Lagos played quite a pivotal role in this whole saga. LOL. Beyond the disturbing elements of the story, there are clear life lessons to be drawn, though this may vary depending on one's perspective. Here are a few I'd like to share. Feel free to add yours in the comment section. 1, marriage is most valuable in old age. No one should go through life's final chapters alone. Perhaps this all could have been avoided if Mr. Peter and his wife were still together. I agree with him. The love of money remains the root of all evil. Without the pension, maybe Uncle Francis and Auntie would have been more honest and willing to seek help. The girl child is a priceless asset. Time and time again, this is proven. Where were the boys? They were far away, praying and speaking in tongues with Ifunanya over in the US. Number 4, in the Igbo, we must rethink this trend of going abroad and not returning. It's a tough question. I once attended a funeral where the children joined via Zoom to watch their father's burial. That was deeply painful. This is a long overdue conversation, and it's time we finally added the chickens have come to roost. So that was what this ambassador here has written. So he did say he was going to get in contact with the prime minister who obviously Prime Minister of Enugwu Ukwu, I think is the traditional ruler of that community, that obviously because he was there, he was part of the people who rallied around Ifunanya to say, why would you lock out a child out of her father's house? It's not heard of. So this person now said on the 12th of June, I have just spoken to the traditional Prime Minister of Enugwu Ukwu on the trending issue. As promised, I will soon publish our conversation to provide further clarity. Okay, so we are getting to the clarity now. So this is the conversation he had with the Prime Minister. Okay, guys, like this live stream for me, guys. And if you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe. There's 600 of you watching. Please like and share, and I really, really appreciate it, guys. So this person now, obviously, is a public figure, is a former ambassador at the Nigerian embassy in Burundi, and is from Anambra, from the same town as Ifunanya. So he titled it again, trending viral video, the traditional Prime Minister Onosolueze speaks out. So the Onosolueze, I don't know if you can see from my thumbnail, is the man, that this image I'm pointing my cursor to, the man in the blue outfit. That is the Prime Minister there, the traditional Prime Minister. I don't know if you guys can see him. Okay, so let's read what he has to say. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, I have now spoken with the traditional Prime Minister TPM Onosolueze and can share his account of the situation. He was in transit to the US when I first reached out, but graciously returned my call upon landing. In Enugwu Ukwu, the title of traditional Prime Minister, referred to as Onosolueze or Onowu, is held by Ozoku Chief Dennis Anaekwe Ome. Guys, I'm going to ignore those names because I don't want to massacre these names, okay? Who also serves as president of the Ozoku Council, a highly respected figure in the community. And his name, I believe, is also listed as part of the people that Ifunanya uncles are now suing to court. His involvement in this matter is both significant and commendable. So according to the Prime Minister, he became involved after witnessing a commotion near Mr. Peter Mokwa's residence while driving through the area. Curious, he stopped and learned that Peter's daughter had returned from the US, but was denied access to see her father. I'm sure these things you can, if you've not watched all of Ifunanya's videos, I have been able to upload them onto my channel. So if you're not following, please go watch those videos, okay? They are all on my channel. You can watch them without breaks. So when he asked the aunt, Peter's sister, which is I think the Josephine, why, she claimed Peter had disowned his daughter. So Ifunanya's aunt claimed that Ifunanya's dad had disowned Ifunanya. The Prime Minister insisted that regardless of past issues, she had the right to see her father, and that's how the Prime Minister stepped in. Mr. Peter, who had returned from abroad, was known around town. Give me a second, guys. I want to be able to see your comments. Was known around town for driving a Sienna and for his cheerful personality. Every month after receiving his pension, his sister helped him exchange dollars to Naira through BDC contacts, allowing him to live comfortably and socialize freely. Okay, I'm seeing your comments, guys. Okay, I'm not ignoring you. I just want to get this out there, okay? Please like and share, and you can even make friends in the comments as well. Make friends in the comment. You can find a girlfriend. You might maybe find a future wife or a future husband. I'm just saying. So it continued, allowing him to live comfortably and socialize freely. He was a regular at Nkwo Enugwu Ukwu market and local village joints. Notably, Peter had separated from his wife before returning to Nigeria and his siblings, particularly his unmarried sister. Why is that? Like, you know, unmarried sisters, if you are dating somebody to get married and that your husband to be as unmarried sisters, be like Gen Z residents, I hope you have your pen and paper. If you are dating a man who have older sisters who are unmarried, even at their age, you yourself, you know that they should be in their husband's house and they are not married and they are still in their father's house. Have a great conversation with that your man before you marry him. Because me, that I'm sitting here, I have an experience of unmarried sisters. In fact, one of them, till tomorrow, we are not good friends. We don't even talk. So she has tried several times to put beating into my marriage. Yes, several times, but that's another story for another day. So, Gen Z resident, put this in your book, okay? If you're dating a man and they have older sisters who are unmarried, sisters like that, find it difficult to let their brothers go easily, because you that their brother wants to marry, they will see you as an outsider, as like you don't belong in our family. So be careful about them, okay? So, particularly his married sister seemed content with the situation. She became his de facto financial manager, controlling his pension and even initiating a construction project with the funds. Could that construction project be the building Ifunanya showed us in our testimony? That project has since been abandoned. Ifunanya, Peter's daughter, effectively turned off the tap. I hope you guys turned off the tap. You guys know cash flow. After Ifunanya returned and expressed concern, it was the Prime Minister who escalated the matter to the Commissioner of Police. He discovered that Peter's sister had already reported Ifunanya to the police in Oka, seeking her arrest. Life is hard, oh. People are wicked. Yeah? Guys, can you please like this live stream for me? Please. Please. Like this live stream for me. When the Prime Minister arrived at the Commissioner's office, the assumption was that he came to support the arrest, but instead, the Prime Minister relayed the full story, including how Peter had been removed from his home under false pretenses by individuals impersonating military officers. Upon hearing this, the Commissioner ordered that Mr. Peter be found and returned immediately. You guys remember Ifunanya said in her testimony that she did not know the whereabouts of her dad for 3 days after the first encounter. It turned out that Peter had been taken to a native doctor during the period Ifunanya had described. His whereabouts were repeatedly misrepresented by his sister, who refused to provide access to the house until the Prime Minister and others ordered the gates broken. Once the lock was forced, she miraculously produced the keys from her handbag. The Prime Minister and Ifunanya then took Peter to a hospital in Oka. He was found to be extremely weak and malnourished. In fact, he devoured the fast food and juice the TPM brought him on the spot. The Prime Minister also ensured some community youth stayed with him at the hospital to monitor his condition. These are all the things that Ifunanya has shared in her story. Interestingly, Peter's sister later approached the hospital's medical director, seeking a letter declaring Peter unfit to travel. See, that was why I said earlier on that, okay, the daughter has now come now to say, I want to take over the care of my father. Guys, do you not think that the family should have just stepped aside and say, okay, fine. Why did they try so hard to stop Ifunanya from caring for her dad? You guys just saw there that Ifunanya's sister approached the hospital's medical director seeking a letter declaring that Ifunanya's dad was unfit to travel, which means that Ifunanya would have not been able to get her dad from Oka to Lagos. Why? This move only expedited Peter's discharge and transfer to Lagos for better care. Peter had trusted his relatives with sensitive financial information, including details of his pension, only to be neglected and exploited in his most vulnerable state. His sister had even seized his passport. You guys heard, seized his passport, which enabled her to access $5,000 monthly. Ifunanya's unexpected return disrupted their scheme and they scrambled to maintain control. That same sister died under unclear circumstances 2 years ago and has since been buried. Thankfully, Mr. Peter is now reunited with his wife in New York City, where he is receiving proper care. Ifunanya Ada Enugu is happily married to her love, the magician in Lagos, who played a key role in her father's rescue. Huge credit goes to the Prime Minister, the Omona, and the youth of Enugwu Ukwu for their timely and principled intervention. Without them, Mr. Peter's fate could have been tragic and the exploitation might have continued unchecked. Such actions are utterly disgraceful and go against the values of Enugwu Ukwu, a community that does not tolerate abuse or injustice. The Prime Minister is still in the United States and plans to visit Mr. Vita in New York soon. I'll provide details and share a video from that visit once it happens. So, what this man wrote here has just confirmed exactly all the testimony that Ifunanya has shared on her channel, on her page. When I read this, it was a confirmation of everything Ifunanya has shared about her testimony so far. Guys, leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section for me. Like, I really want to understand what this family wanted. Like, why were they so keen, not wanting Ifunanya to go anywhere with her dad? Like, what do they really want? Hello, CC. I see you guys. I'm not ignoring you. I see you all. I really appreciate you being here. Please take the like to 100. There's 736 of you watching me. Please like this live stream. So I'm going to take your comments and then the page you're seeing on Facebook, and then we will dive into that as well. Okay. And if you're a father in the house, happy Father's Day to you. And while you're watching, if you're new here, please do not hesitate to subscribe, share, turn on your post notification, and also don't hesitate to join my membership. Valerie said Olugbeja followed Ife. So listen, Ifunanya is married to a magician. I mean, that was like, I think he just said that because he played a vital role in how Ifunanya was able to get her dad to Lagos. That, I believe that's what that meant. The family wanted the express cash flow, absolutely. And at some point yesterday, if you were watching me yesterday, I said, why do they really wanted to keep Ifunanya's dad? Were they just keeping him till he died? Could there a life insurance policy somewhere? Because according to this write-up, Ifunanya's dad trusts that Gabriel, that uncle of the year, the one in the US that we saw earlier on, this guy. Ifunanya told us that our dad trusted this guy a lot. So I would believe that he is the one who knows almost everything about Ifunanya's dad's financial circumstances. That's why he had the audacity to go to the courthouse to go put a petition or whatever against Ifunanya before Ifunanya even gets to the care home, and was able to go there with a fake. Obviously, Ifunanya queried the notaries. Like, if you somebody, I think it was Jojo of Mama, I can't remember now. She said to me that if you are from DC, you can't be a notary in another city. So how can a notary in the United States be signing a witness for somebody in Nigeria? So those questions by Ifunanya actually made sense. And I believe this family are looking for ways to cover up the shame, the disgrace that Ifunanya is out here, telling about them. And you will be surprised, like the video I shared yesterday, that this guy is actually a health worker. He works in an hospital. He was recently recognized as colleague of the year or staff of the year because he was able to give somebody a CPR because they were not breathing. So let's go back again. So Phil said, whether they like Ifunanya or not, she remains number one immediate family and old enough to be exactly. That's why I don't understand why they knew that Ifunanya, their brother, has grown children. And now that the child has now come forward, why not just drop the rein? Drop the rein, let them do with whatever they want to do with their dad. She said she wants a father. And you guys made it really difficult for Ifunanya to like do everything. Barely fed. Exactly. Why couldn't his siblings help him? Exactly. Guys, I see you all. Please like this live stream as you come in. So now let's go to this this Facebook post. When I saw this Facebook post yesterday, guys, Apami Jabo, I was like, what's going on? Like, what's this about? Mr. Dan, I see you. Welcome. I was like, what's this about? When I saw this post yesterday, I was like, what's this about? But let's get into it. So this guy, I don't know how he is, but he's been sharing a few things, okay? And I think I'm going to start from the top, from when it started. So we already read this stuff from Ifunanya's uncle, the one called Chris. And yes, people are giving these people basbos, like especially this Chris, people are giving him basbos. So this is Ifunanya's father in the, where I guess maybe this was when he was in the hospital or something. And then this was a picture that was taken 12 years ago. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to see 4 children here. So there are 2 girls and 2 boys. And I want to believe that this is Ifunanya's mom here. That was Peter 12 years ago. And obviously people have been coming up with, Ifunanya's mom made Ifunanya's dad pay the most aggressive child support, blah, 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 blah. So this is the family 12 years ago. That was Ifunanya's dad. So Ifunanya appears to be the oldest here. I believe the boys are maybe the last 2, or the boys are maybe Ifunanya being the first, this guy being the second, she being the third, and that's the last child there. And this is Ifunanya with her, husband. And yes, it was the same guy, the same boyfriend that she went to meet in Lagos. That was the same guy she got married to. And yes, they've started, assassinating her character, saying she just wanted to use this story to grow a TikTok page. So let's read this post from this person. People are speaking up. I don't know who this Michael Emilia is, but this person said, absolutely, there are more to this incident. I sense a strong family dynamics in both the immediate and extended family. However, the extended family was wrong by not letting her into her father's compound and not giving her access to the father, and not have taken great care of their own brother, irrespective of the children not actively getting involved. The extended family seemed dangerous, angry towards the mother. I guess we already acknowledged that. We already know that they do not like Ifunanya's mother. And the children, for whatever reason, best known to them. So this person continued. Ifunanya's action seems a bit biased. Guys, hear what this person is going to say. One, why does she have to tie up scarf each time she's sharing the testimony? Whereas this is not a real personality. Look her up on TikTok. See character assassination. Why does she have to wear a scarf? What has that got to do with the kind of life, with the kind of treatment that brothers meted to their own blood brother? So people they don't have brains. They have brains, but it's not functional. And he continued, what does she mean by the Holy Spirit this, the Holy Spirit that? It seems hideous and emotionally manipulating of the audience. Guys, are you manipulated by the thought of the fact that she's saying the Holy Spirit this, Holy Spirit that? Do you feel manipulated? I don't feel manipulated. Not in any way. Because a few of us said, that night that I saw my father, if that was me, hell will come loose. I will not leave that night without getting my father out. That would be my reaction, because obviously I'm sure you guys can tell I'm very fierce. If that was me, I eventually saw my dad. Where they go let loose. The wig will come off. The heels I'm wearing will come off, because I will make sure I do all I can that night to get my father out. Which is typical of everybody. I mean, majority of people would react that way. But this girl, because she decided to say Holy Spirit, they're saying that no, to me, she's not manipulated. But then she come across as somebody who is not actually filled with violence, but she knows her onions. When she speaks, she's speaking with confidence that no, you cannot put me to the side. I know what I am saying. That's how she come across to me. And believe me, guys, I want you to understand is that she's calling it a testimony. I want to believe that this case has been a win for her. Hence why she's calling it a testimony. And I'm surprised that she has not come out to drop any other video. And I'm not quite happy at the fact that she has not come out to drop any other video, since all these people are coming out with this character assassination. But let's keep reading. Number 3, she has another sister, Chisom Mokwa, who is also an influencer on TikTok. Okay, I didn't know that. And 2 brothers. None of them have shared a bit of the experience. It's normal. They felt it was their sister who started the journey. They just, out of respect, allowed that, because she was the one who went through all of these things in Nigeria. They were not there. So who would be the best person to tell the story if not her? I hope it makes sense, guys. Even the Chisom recently did a marriage in Lagos. The father wasn't there. How is that? What has that got to do with if not explaining the treatment her uncles meted over her dad? He continued, why admit the dad into a nursing home for rehab when she took him back to the USA? Like I said, this question is a dumb question. We all saw that the man could not even stand on his own. He already lost a lot of body mass. We already lost a lot of muscles. He could not stand. You guys heard what that prime minister said, that when they brought him fast food, he devoured that food. That was the man that his family, his uncle was like, all it took Ifunanya to do was to calculate how much it would cost him to feed. So they were intentionally starving the man. So he was starved. He was maltreated. He was unkept. The Prime Minister said he ate the fast food they brought for him instantly, which meant that his sister and his brother were intentionally starving him. That man looked malnourished. That man did not look like somebody who was living on $5,000 a month. And this one here, this MUMU, is saying why admit him into a nursing home. You remember she said in her video that her dad was in an hospital for a month, receiving treatment and several other tests, and then was advised that he goes into a nursing home / rehabilitation center where he will learn to walk again, where he will learn to be the man he used to be again. So what's this man talking about here? It continued, I feel there's no strong sense of commitment from the entire children. How do you know that? How do you know that? Towards their dads will be. Unfortunately, it's not our Enugwu Ukwu value. We take absolute care of our parents. This girl, Ifunanya, did exactly that. She did exactly that. And if you go there to diaspora now, most people, they put aged parents in care homes. It's only in Africa we don't put our parents in care home. Even if you love your parent from now till eternity, you can't put your life on hold because you have an aged parent and you want to put your life on hold because you want to care for them. Putting them in a care home ensures that they are not lonely, ensure that they are not by themselves, ensure that they are being cared for, showered, they have somebody to speak to. Because if you're somebody who, as a child yourself, you have your own life to live. You have your own money to make. So if you're not saying you want to be a full-time carer for your parents, do you have the money to support yourself in order to do that? I want to believe that this person that wrote this thing has never traveled abroad before, so he's just talking shite. I'm sorry, guys. Please like this video, please. There's 750 of you watching me. Please like this live stream for me. So he continued. Why attack the uncle? Why attack the uncle Gabriel Mokwa in public? How did she attack the man? Was she physical? Was she physical? It continued. I did a small digging into him because I found it unclear that a man who lives in the same US will get involved in such acts. This Gabriel Mokwa is married to Amy. Yes, we know, and has 4 grown-up girls together. I hope these girls he himself has 4 women. I hope these girls has the kind of love Ifunanya has towards her dad. They have good publicity in the state. Good publicity does not make you a good person. Good publicity does not say that you are a good person. Say he wants to tell me that he did not know that his other brother and sister locked up their big brother in his own house. Did he ever ask them to send him a picture of what his brother looked like? If he's not really into what the brother and the sister were doing in Nigeria, why is he so keen? Why hire a private investigator to go figure out where Ifunanya took her dad? In my own opinion, I believe there's a private insurance somewhere or a private life insurance somewhere that apparently or obviously, because Ifunanya's dad is trusting of this Gabriel. He knows, Gabriel knows everything when it comes to money about Ifunanya's dad. So if Ifunanya's dad, assuming he still has that power of attorney, if Ifunanya's dad were to drop dead tomorrow, he will be the one that will take most of what is in that life insurance. Because he has all the deeds of everything that Ifunanya's dad has. And that is a mistake our African men are making. That was why I started earlier on that. Would you rather your family inherit all of your suffering when you have children? Because your own children are going to be the people who are going to pour hate onto your face when God says it's time to come back home. Your children are going to be the ones to carry on your legacy, your name. And you rather your brother, who has his own life, who has his 4 daughters, who have his own life that he's living, to inherit you. Nigerian men, think this through. Either you are married or married, either you have children or you don't have children. Think this through. I don't even, there's a new about it I wanted to say, but I can't remember how it's been said now, but let's move on. So, because the children are into sports and both parents are retired court officers, that does not concern him. It's because he knows how to manipulate court things. That was why he has to go do that first by putting in I can't remember what he put against Ifunanya. And Ifunanya had to go to the court place, and she was told that, oh, your uncle has just been here to put the same thing in. And she was able to tell them that, you know what, I have the power of attorney for my dad. The power of attorney that he had has been revoked by the US Embassy. And then this Mumu, raised to power 2, said, this Ifunanya is using this event to build her TikTok. I met her with 60,000 followers, and within 24 hours, our followers have skyrocketed. Our followers will go to 2 million, and you will go and hug Transformer. So that's what this MUMU raised to power 2 has to say. And yes, in the comment section, people came for him. People came for this person who wrote this. Guys, what do you think? What do you think? Guys, I see all your comments. I'm not ignoring you. I see all of your comments. Please, if you're asking me if Ifunanya married a magician, go back and read that post. The reason why he was described as a magician was because of his parts of the role he took in ensuring that Ifunanya's dad received the best of care while he was in Lagos. I hope that answers your question. We were not told. We were just told that the sister died of circumstances that nobody knew about. Abia, all of them, they should keep making excuses. You know what? Nigeria will happen to them. That's why for Nigeria not to happen to them, that's why I'm sharing this. I'm giving you advice on Father's Day that you open your ears. You open your ears. There's another post, so there's more posts actually. And this person will continue. The Holy Spirit that asks you to book a bolt didn't know that the boat will not contain you, your dad, and your properties. This is a stupid and idiotic comment. And then this person continued. I think that's another post. And then this is another post. I believe it's so this is from another person again. Like I mentioned earlier, the family clearly failed by not allowing Ifunanya access to her father, and they deserve the blame for that. However, on the other hand, some questions need to be answered. For instance, why did her father revoke the power of attorney initially given to her? Ifunanya did not say anything about her being given any power of attorney when she got to Nigeria. I don't think there was any part of her video at the beginning that she said that she has a power of attorney. She did not say anything of that. She only got to find out that her uncle in the US claimed he has a power of attorney. And she was like, oh, okay, you claim you have a power of attorney, all right. And then when she tried to get emergency travel document for her father, that was when the US government told her that, oh, this is this. And they said, okay, since you're here, and like I said, you can revoke power of attorney based on several things. There's evidence, if Ifunanya has evidence of her father being neglected by the person who potentially has power of attorney over him. So there are several ways you can revoke a power of attorney. And I was talking about that yesterday. Several situations could arise that will make that power of attorney to be revoked. If it's not being able, if the person in question, like if Ifunanya's dad is not able to revoke it, somebody else can. As long as they are over the age of 18, that person don't even have to be a family. But as long as you're able to show proof of why you are seeking for that power of attorney to be revoked, it will be revoked. And in the case of Ifunanya, she was able to prove evidence of neglect, because she told us that when she saw her dad had an overgrown bed, long nails, lying on a dirty mattress on the floor, and the physical condition of her dad. That is enough evidence to show that that man was clearly not living on $5,000 a month. So if any of you are here, please let me know. Was there any time during the first 6 or first 7 parts of Ifunanya's video that she mentioned that she has power of attorney? It was not until when she contacted the American embassy, when she was seeking for an emergency passport for her dad, that they told her that she could revoke the power of attorney, and she did, making her the power of attorney, making her the one who has the power of attorney over her dad. Let us be clarifying things before we come out and spew nonsense. Exactly. The matter happened 3 to 4 years ago. Oma TV, what are you all about? How is she a manipulator? Exactly. Care home, where people are giving you 247, compared to a dark room, locked up, as if he was in a jail in his own house, not being fed. Oma, what are you talking about? Well, I can't see you anyway. You are faceless, so I should not really be acknowledging you. So let's continue with this guy's story. So like I said, guys, if there was any time in any of Ifunanya's video in the first 6 parts that she mentioned that she has a power of attorney, let me know. Otherwise, we can go and watch the video again. If you guys want us to go and watch some of the videos, let me know. Okay? So I already addressed that. That move raises suspicion. According to reports, it was because she allegedly stopped sending him money and became unreachable, even ignoring his calls. That was what supposedly prompted the revocation. So where did this guy get this one that he's saying now? Where was it proven? According to reports, where is the report that Ifunanya stopped sending money? That Ifunanya was ignoring calls? Where was the report? Also, how many times did she visit her father throughout his stay in Nigeria? Why did she choose to return only when his gratuity was about to be released? I don't even know if I want to continue reading this. And what was behind her apparent fear that her father might reject her on sight? The reason she reportedly asked him, "Daddy, do you love me?" Like, we even heard that she claimed the Holy Spirit told her not to go earlier because her father would disown her because he's under juju. And that after prayer, she was later led to go see him. These kinds of spiritual claims give one pause. In fact, in one of the videos, she said the father was happy to see his brother. That was because the father was not even aware of what was going on. Yeah, the father is trusting of him because, yes, they are brothers. And Ifunanya said it that, yes, Peter, my dad, is trusting of Gabriel because Gabriel knows everything. the same brother who currently owns the power of attorney. So if he was genuinely happy and sound, why didn't he sign the POA back over to her? As it is, as at the time that we're hearing the testimony of Ifunanya now has the power of attorney. Hence why she was saying that at the court. And I think we're going to play that video, chapter part 15. We're going to play it at some point. Exactly, because I was saying yesterday in my live stream that could Ifunanya's dad's cognitive ability be impaired? Because yes, he had stroke. That could have impaired him in a way. Yes, he's happy, but then he was asked to sign something. Obviously, it's still like, okay, sign. He has no reason to question him because hence why I asked, is his cognitive ability still intact? Because I think I saw a post from somewhere that he's currently allegedly has a dementia now. I don't know how true that is. Hence why, like I said, I don't think Ifunanya has finished his testimony. And I'm hoping that she has not been bullied to stop sharing this testimony because it would be lovely to know what happened next. So this person continued, frankly, I began to take a deeper interest the moment she repeatedly invoked the Holy Spirit to justify her actions. That kind of rhetoric has been misused far too often by people trying to cover up misdeeds or manipulate emotions. It made me pause and listen more carefully before jumping to conclusions. Again, while I maintain that the family was wrong to deny her access to her father, it's likely that anger and bitterness stemming from past events caused that division. Still, this saga has layers. This wasn't continued. Another issue. This incident reportedly happened in 2022. Why wasn't the video released then? Who are you to tell her when to release the video? Why wait until now? Who are you to tell her to say, okay, talk about it? After her aunt, Auntie Josephine, the other uncle is still alive now. So whatever Auntie Josephine was doing, the other guy who is now putting a case towards them in court is alive. So he can as well come out and say whatever Ifunanya is saying is lies. Or whatever Ifunanya is saying are all lies. So if Auntie Josephine is not here, Auntie Josephine and the other uncle, they were living together. They were all there doing all of these things where Ifunanya was in Nigeria. So if Ifunanya is lying, let him come out and say his own side as well. And the father is no longer mentally sound to release it. Why wasn't the video made public when the father could still speak for himself, or when people could have asked Josephine her side of the story? Releasing the video display creates a narrative that only one party can explain, and that's dangerous. No, because like I said, there's 7 siblings, and I believe there's six of them. The one in America can come and say that what if not saying is wrong. The other one that was in the house with Auntie Josephine can come and say that, oh, we did not say that, oh, and that prime minister already signed it, confirmed everything Ifunanya has been saying so far. I mean, the prime minister is not related to Ifunanya in any way. So he has come out to actually defend everything that Ifunanya has said because he has actually echoed the same thing that Ifunanya has been sharing. As for me, I believe hearing all sides clearly before forming an opinion. I don't follow crowds blindly. Okay, that's you. And I certainly won't be swayed by emotion or sensational claims. Trust must be rooted in fact, not selective story. You are not their family, so whatever I say does not matter. And this person continued, Ifunanya should upload an unedited video she has. We want to see the faces and hear the voices, the interaction and the altercations from every voice on that video. Can you guys see this? Guys, can you see this? That Ifunanya should release all videos. I don't know what this voice is.
And your papia, John and cross-examine your John and your papia poison.
I don't know what this voice record is, so I'm not going to bother playing them. These are all in Igbo.
Do you know that
all of these voice recordings are all in Igbo, so I'm not going to play them because I don't understand and I can't tell you what they meant or stuff like that. So I think that's all I've got to share on YouTube, on Facebook so far. Mama Jojo said, no need for any side. The man conditioned himself. So guys, let's go and watch Ifunanya's last testimony. And then I will drop the link here for whoever wants to come in and say 1 or 2 things. Because guys, we are all learning. And I know some men can also learn from this as well. And why I've just come here is just to let you know that Ifunanya is not just speaking alone. Our family are also speaking as well. Even some of the things that we do not even know, they've already told us. They've already told us how they deeply rootedly hated Ifunanya's mama. So you do not like Ifunanya's mother. Does that mean you also do not like the children your brother has? Like it's baffling. So if you don't like their mother, does that mean that you should not like the children, your niece, your niece and your nephews? So this is Ifunanya's page, okay? And this is the last, so she's not posted any other video apart from this part 15. So let's listen to it.
Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day. I want to read Psalm 145, verse 17 and 18, and this is the word of God. The Lord is righteous in everything he does. He is filled with kindness. The Lord is close to all who call on him. Yes, to all who call on him in truth.
Like the live stream, guys.
So when my dad got back to America, we immediately brought him to the hospital. My mom, my siblings were all there to welcome him, and he was so happy to see us, to be reunited. It was a wonderful thing. When he got to the hospital, they began a series of more treatments and decided after spending almost 1 month in the hospital that it was best that my dad stay in a nursing home / rehab center to gain more mobility in his legs, which he desperately needed. While at the nursing home, we noticed that when the physical therapist would try and get my dad to stand up, he would immediately fall down. I think at one point in time, we counted how many seconds he could stand up, and I think I counted 6 seconds. I later asked my dad, what is going on? Why can't you stand up? Why do you always feel the need to fall? He told me that when he was staying in Enugwu Ukwu, when they would try and get him to stand, they would drop him. And so he had been conditioned to fear standing up. And it resulted in this anxiety for him that anytime he was asked to stand up, he would immediately, without hesitation, fall into his wheelchair or just try and fall in general. While he was in the nursing home, I met with the nurses, I met with his physical therapist, I met with security, I met with the director of nursing, I met with the social workers, and I told them my father is not a regular patient. I explained to them the story and also my fear that Gabriel, IK, would possibly find the whereabouts of my dad, and if that were the case, to call me immediately if he tried to stop by. I never knew that that day would actually come. Just to let you know, I have power of attorney over my father. Just to let you know, I have power over my father. Just to let you know, I have power of attorney over my father. Whatever documents you have had him sign are not legally binding.
I'm not saying anything.
One word, be quiet.
That's the uncle of the year, the one who claimed, who was texting from Nigeria, saying that who was texting when Ifunanya was still in Nigeria, that he has power of attorney over Ifunanya's dad. So this is uncle of the year, the one who is an healthcare worker or something, who was, people found the hospital he was working in, they found him. Yes.
You see that?
They're not legally binding because we have power of attorney over my father. This is Amy Makwa and Gabriel Makwa.
Okay, excuse me.
I'm just trying to.
Move it directly outside my way.
Thank you very much for insulting me.
No, you're welcome.
Coming, locking the door. As you can see, there's evidence that the door was closed. Shame on both of you guys.
Okay, have a good day.
Shame on both of you guys.
Okay, you have a wonderful day.
We have residents who are trying to recuperate.
Well, without leave. Without leave.
You want to have a discussion?
Are there stairs?
Upstairs.
Are there
No,
stairs?
the elevator's right
We
here.
know the address.
Thank you.
You like my picture? No, your boy.
Michael, see the uncle of the year.
Right here. Right here.
So they locked the door and we're having daddy sign something.
There's not going to be anything happening else.
Literally.
No, there's going to be no 911 because there's no need for 911.
Okay, I'm tired of
You're just going to come home. Don't get your ice
We
cream
are
on
tired
the
of
way
leaving.
home. All right.
No one is stopping you. No one is stopping you.
Who is that?
Amy.
Okay, have a good day, guys. Can you not stop following me?
Did you see how you guys messed up your brother?
Yeah, did you see?
Well, you're not
Did
gonna
you
say
see?
anymore.
Did you see? Don't worry.
I want to believe that was the voice of Ifunanya's mom saying, did you guys see how you messed up the life of your brother? I want to believe that was Ifunanya's mom.
No, we're walking. I'm not bothering him. I'm 6 feet away.
Okay, stay where you are. All right, let's go. I'm just gonna record this so there's no issue.
The nerve of you people, the absolute nerve, weak and feeble because of you guys. Shame on you. Absolutely shame on you. You've come with documents for him to sign? Yeah, right. Talk to me. I have power of attorney over my father, which has been sealed and legalized and notarized by the U.S. government. Think I'm playing around. Think I'm playing.
Say if you're doing the right thing.
Call me and we talk.
No, there's no calling.
Right now. I thought we were all family, but you're doing things in the dark.
Family, but I don't want any problems.
But you're doing things in the dark. You locking doors? Or how is that family? How's that family like?
Don't worry. There's security cameras. Don't worry. There's security cameras.
It seems like you guys are doing things in the dark. How we can talk about
Shame on you, Amy. Shame on you. Shame on you, Gabriel. Shame on both of you guys. Right now, Amy Mukwa and Gabriel Mukwa. This is them leaving right now. I got a call a few months into my dad's rehab that Gabriel was in the nursing home with his wife, Amy, and they were in my father's room and they've locked the door. When I got that call, myself, my mom, my brothers, we drove to the nursing home and discovered Gabriel, his wife, and my dad in the room. When I opened the door, it looked like Gabriel had a packet of something like documents. I opened the door and I said, "What is going on here? How dare you feel you have the audacity to come into this nursing home and try and visit my dad after all you did under your power of attorney? Oh yeah, by the way, I have power of attorney." He started insulting me, all this craziness, and he was eventually escorted off the premises. Once things died down, myself, my mom, and my siblings, we went back to the room to check on my dad, and we were told by my dad that Gabriel had my dad sign some documents, which he didn't know what he signed. But again, my dad, being very trusting of Gabriel and not really understanding just the role he played, signed it. I was advised to go to the courthouse to put an order of protection against Gabriel for my dad and myself. When I got to the courthouse, I was told that Gabriel, before going to the nursing home, had also put an order of protection against me. And I was like, what? Anywho, we called 911. The police came and reported the incident. My dad said that yes, his brother came. He was so happy to see him. And that he signed some documents, but he doesn't know what he signed. The nursing home had also told me while Gabriel and the wife were in the nursing home, Gabriel kept on looking for nurses to be witnesses of this signature, but none of the staff wanted to be a part of it. And so he left without getting either a notary or a witness to my dad signing these papers. The evil plan of Gabriel was to have a witness see my dad signing those documents and immediately have my dad discharged out of there without my consent or my family knowing about it. Thank God that none of the staffs were witness or wanted to participate in his evil deeds. And I was later, after he was escorted off the premises, the director.
I also learned a lesson from what she said there, that members of the uncle was looking for members of this care home to come and stand as a witness. Come, when I heard that, my ear opened, that come, this could happen to me. I might be at work one day and somebody come and say, come and stand as a witness. Don't. Your own is to care. You're not to stand as a witness for anything. So that's something new that I actually learned, and hopefully I will never fall a victim of that at any time ever in my career.
Of nursing gave me his version of his power of attorney, and I looked at the document and found it very interesting. My uncle, for context, was a court officer before he retired, and I saw signatures from notaries from the state of Massachusetts that signed that they witnessed my dad's signature while my dad was in Nigeria. How can a notary that only has jurisdiction in the United States sign and notarize a document when that said person is in Nigeria?
Exactly.
The evil and wickedness of men.
So that was
Hello everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful.
so that was Ifunanya's part 15. Like I said, she posted that video on Friday. She did not post any video yesterday, so I'm just hoping that they've not silenced her, or I hope they've not put any gag against her. That's why she was no longer posting the video. Because obviously, like I said, this our testimony. It just got halfway. Our testimony just got halfway. So, guys, like I said, I keep refreshing our page. There's nothing else on our page. I believe you guys have already watched all of the parts. All of the videos are here. So this is one of the one where she was showing us what they were going to.
Uncle Francis and Auntie Joe have literally been throwing sand. See?
Their brother's daughter that they've not seen in years came home, and this is how best they thought they should treat her.
You see this? You see this? You see?
So that's the auntie there. She's now passed away. And that's one of the brothers, that's one of our uncles.
This? You see this evil?
That's the auntie there.
You see this abomination? You see this? And down, Peter Mark, what they're throwing. Come. I will show you the spirit of the Lord is in me. I will show you the spirit of the Lord is in me. I will show you what.
So you guys saw that there. You guys saw how she was treated in her father's house. The house that her father is spending $5,000 monthly. People are wicked, though. People are wicked. Right, guys, I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. And let's take a couple of calls. And I think we're just going to do it one after the other. If there's anyone who's wanted to come in and share one or two things, let's take a couple of calls. And I believe you guys already watched the videos. So if Naya drops any other update today, I'll try and so I'm returning back to work tomorrow I'm going to be working 3 days in a row from tomorrow, but I'm going to try and keep up. If there's any upload from her, I'll try and bring it here. Or if I'm not able to come present it live with you, I'll try and bring it here and just upload so that you guys can watch it. Okay. So guys, let me know. So the link to the call is in comment section. So we're going to take a call one after the other, maybe take a couple of calls, and then we shall round up. So like this live stream for me, guys. There's 748 of you watching. Let's take this to 200. So Janet G, we have Janet G on call. Hello, Janet G, welcome.
Yeah, hi there. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just love the passion with which you are dealing with this story, and the fact that you're really attacking these gaslighters coming up here, trying to tell us like what we can't see with our own eyes exactly what's going on here. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what's going on because the fact that she's come out and people are so angry at her is because she's exposing the belly of what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Everyone, Ifunanya, I can almost tell you, there's about 1,000 others out there.
Absolutely.
That we will never hear their story. That we will never get to know what's going on. And I love that she came with receipts.
Yeah.
Girl came with receipts.
Even the receipts now, they're like, oh, she should post unedited videos. And I was like,
really? Any excuse. Any excuse. They're just coming up with it. And anyone who is attacking her, I know for a fact that they are the kind of people who will do those things.
Absolutely.
They support what the Gabriel is doing because Gabriel, the Gabriel guy, which is his brother, he is, some people support what he's doing because culturally in some places, they don't see the wife, because she's divorced, they don't want her to have anything to do with inheriting anything from the man. So they see Ifunanya as someone that's trying to come and get some property or something like that. They see her as a threat. You understand? But the thing is that no matter, even if she's trying to pursue property, what she has done is actually save that man. She took him out of that prison where that man was, and got him back to the States where he's properly taken care of. They had access to $5,000 a month. Yet this is how they treated the man.
Honestly, I was like, that's a lot of money.
$5,000 a month. You're talking about at least 20 million naira or something thereabouts. I don't know what the exchange rates is, but you're talking a lot of money. And it's unfortunate that a dirty mattress in a room in the dark, on the floor that we saw with our own eyes.
Exactly.
And yet Omar TV is coming here to say that she neglected her dad.
That one, Nigeria will happen to her. It's just a matter of time. Nigeria will happen to her.
Yeah, I'm like, who did the most neglecting? Her, even if she didn't communicate with her dad in 2 years, she still came to save the day.
Exactly.
You know, and they had access to him for 2 good years. And what condition was the man in? And they were pretending and orchestrating to make it look like the dude was in Abuja.
Exactly. Like they were lying. That why did they really wanted her to go to Abuja? So they probably wanted to lure her to Abuja. And then
to go to Abuja.
Else.
Yeah. You know,
and what if they might probably have done something? They could have done something to her allegedly. Like, why do you want to lure her to Abuja? Thank God for that old woman that says to her that they are lying. Your father is in that house.
Exactly. Someone tipped her off that these people are lying. You know, so we saw this with our own eyes, and someone's coming in to tell us that, oh, she was a bad daughter, oh, the ex-wife was a bad woman, she was angry, and she was a beast. Well, this beast didn't lock the man up in a room and kept him dirty. She didn't. The so-called beast didn't do that. The daughter waved. We saw when the daughter waved goodbye to her dad when he was boarding the plane to leave to Nigeria.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that they don't have a good relationship. It's obviously when she hadn't heard from him in a while, in the normal way that they communicate, that's when she went on board. Like, I've got my mum in Nigeria. I have not actually physically seen my mum in 3 years, like been present with her. But we FaceTime every week. We obviously, I do what I can to help her financially, along with my other siblings as well. Would somebody say if I just turned up next week and then refused to let me go and see my mum, shouldn't I be a little bit suspicious about what's going on?
I will be. I would definitely be.
Exactly. So it's like, the fact that I've not seen my mum physically in 3 years make me a bad person. No, it doesn't. It is what it is. What it is. People that live abroad don't always go to Nigeria all the time, but you find other ways around to do these things. So I really think that all the character assassination that's happening right now from that.
I knew they were going to do that. I knew they were going to do that.
We were expecting that, and it's always the same classic thing. Oh, she's a liar. She's a ashawo. She's pretending. The typical tropes that men tend to and misogynistic, internally misogynistic women tend to cast against a woman. We expected that, so I'm not surprised. Let's remember that all this stuff has happened back 3 years ago. The matter has already reached conclusion, and Ifunanya is just giving her testimony in 2025. So we could gesticulate and kind of like speculate all we want, but the matter has also already been dealt with. It's reached a conclusion. Now, some people could argue that why is she testifying right now, and exposing people right now. And yeah, there could be something to say for that, that maybe there's some sort of invasion of privacy rule or whatever. But the thing is that it is her story to tell.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a story to tell. Absolutely.
It's a story to tell. And however, maybe after while this was all going on, she wasn't born again. And then after all this happened, she became born again, you know, and she became born again and was able to channel. I'm not a religious person, I'll be honest with that. But the thing is that I do respect other people's religion. I respect her faith. Her faith, one way or the other, no matter how you want to interpret it, helped her through this. And she's a very, very brilliant narrator.
She is
very calm in her delivery, very intentional.
Absolutely.
She's very organized in how she thinks before she speaks, which I can't say the same for some people in the comment section.
Exactly, I know. I can see the comments. I can see the comments.
Yeah, you know, so I will pray that that people learn from Ifunanya's testimony to take care. You can't trust family. Sometimes blood is not thicker than
it's
water.
not thicker. Absolutely.
You know,
thank you so much, Janet.
Thank you so much
for being here. I really appreciate you being here.
Okay,
right, Uncle Beno, welcome there. I hope I hope this is not midnight though. I hope this is not midnight. So yes, why I came up was because some people were dragging Ifunanya. They were blaming her. So that was why I put this post up for you, Uncle Beno. So the post somebody wrote there, so they are on the narrative that why is she just coming now? She's always tying scarf and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why we came out. Yeah, that the community, some of the people in the community, they're like, oh, people in that community that were there that day, they should come and say the way the things are, that they do not believe Ifunaya's story, blah 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 blah. So Uncle Beno, that's the gist there. Happy, that's you on stage. Welcome.
Good evening, sis. Good evening, everybody in the comment section. I don't want to touch on the actual story because I think the story is obvious.
Yeah.
If you've not listened, you can go on her TikTok and listen to the full thing so you can catch up. Because some of these comments are very surprising. The story is there. Also, in the comment section, someone's speaking about Nollywood. Nollywood has been teaching us this thing for years. We've had Patience Ozokwo and Chiwetela Agu. These people, they tend to play the roles of these uncles and aunties and
uncles and stuff. Yeah.
You know. Anyway, first thing I'm going to say is we're Nigerian. Let's not act obtuse. We know how extended family can be. I've had my fair share. I'm sure a lot of us have had our fair share. Might not be as serious as this Ifunanya story, but we know how extended family can be. Now, let's even assume that, first of all, the divorce is not our business. It's not for discussion in this situation. It has nothing to do with anything. But let's even assume that Ifi has been estranged from her dad for a while, right? It still does not stop her from being the daughter of her father. I am close to 30, and I know that I've not always had the best of relationships with my parents for whatever reason. It's not going to stop me from loving my parents. So that is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Whether they spoke at some point or they did not speak at some points, point is her father needed help and she came through for her father, as any daughter should. It's okay to have ups and downs with your parents. I just wanted to correct that, right? Yeah. Secondly, I think it's very, very important for us to also remember that a lot of the first period we spoke about this topic, I said something in the comment section. One of the issues I have with my dad is how much he does not understand that his family do not like him. And Mom of 5 years said the same thing, that she had a period that she went through with her dad where she kept asking her dad what his issue is with his family, not understanding that they don't like him. I am one child that is of the opinion that my dad's brothers do not like him. They've done so much to him over the years. They've done so much to him over the years that I'm not trying to be mean, but I would not be surprised if, God forbid, this sort of thing can happen to my dad. But my dad cannot see. He can see, but he would say stuff like, "Yeah, my brothers, I love them. These things are not that serious. Don't worry." And I've seen this so many times with so many family members where they ignore the wickedness of their family members. And I'm so sorry to say, but Ifunanya's dad will not be the first or the last Nigerian parent that believes his brothers, regardless of how much shege they've shown him over the years. He will still find a way to forgive and reel them back in. It is very common. So I don't want you guys to act like it's about him even being wrong or about Ifunanya and her mom and her siblings, right? It could just be him overlooking bad behavior of his siblings. And it's not uncommon, guys. I'm sure we all have dads and moms that will not listen to us about the nonsense that their family, their extended family does, right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to also point that out. All in all, my conclusion is, please, guys, let's be open-minded. Let's think outside the box. Let's read between the lines. We all have extended family, and we know they can be brutally wicked. We know. That's what I'm going to say.
Thank you so much, Abby, for your contribution. Thank you so much, and thanks for keeping the chat clean. Uncle Beno, Sean, sir, that's your stage. Uncle Beno, Uncle B.
My sister, Afa now.
I do. I'm shouting your name the way you call me.
Don't mind that, my girl. Thank you, my sister. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Happy Father's Day to all my lovely brothers right here, and happy Father's Day to all the mothers that are playing father's role.
Yes,
we have to recognize you guys too. It's not easy. Oh wow, M5. I'm not gonna lie, I just woke up just about 10 minutes ago and I'm like, let me just check what's going on YouTube.
On the streets.
Then your life pops up. I'm like, okay, Lobaton, they've done something else again. Seriously, man. I'm like, these people have done something else again. This one, M5, is already live. All right. I want to thank the last caller before my sister that just spoke now.
I think that was Janet G.
Yeah, I want to really thank her for at least speaking her mind. All right. So you see, yesterday, I was trying to emphasize what they were trying to. I mean, the narrative they're trying to paint right now. But the story is too emotional that right now I don't think people are ready to be engaged in that type of conversation yet. With the way this Ifunanya story is going, honestly speaking, this is straight up battle between Mr. Pira children and his uncles and the rest of his family. And even though we know Mr. Pira suffered a lot the way they treat him and everything, but I just want people to learn, people to just extract the lesson in this particular incident. I think Mr. Pira himself created that environment. That's my take. I think he created this environment that allowed these gullible, greedy family members to do this to him. And many men right now, they are still doing the same nonsense. I'm sorry to say. A lot of men right now still places their extended family above their immediate family.
Yeah.
Because many men are still doing it. My uncle said this, my auntie said that. Don't you? My mommy was talking. You are not listening. And women do too. It's not just limited to men alone. There are still some women who place their extended family above their immediate family, and that's why I'm just happy that people can actually learn from this Ifunanya story. Just for them to know that there are some family where you have these evil, devious people.
Yeah.
That you really don't mean nothing to except what you bring to the table. It's just all about your money and your properties.
Yes, that's what they're after.
That's what many families are all about. I don't care what narrative they try to put out there. Oh, Ifunanya, she's fake. Ifunanya, don't listen. Ifunanya, do this. It's all BS.
Exactly.
Did you know? I've never played the video where Ifunaya's dad was lying on that mattress. I can't get myself to play that video.
Me, I've watched it a few times because I found it strange. Like on top of that money, and they're meant to be his family, like the same mama, the same papa. You do that to your sibling?
My sister, it's horrible.
True.
As a man, I can't watch it. Anytime I say I will just skip it. That's to tell you that there are horrible, demonic family members, uncles and aunties. On top what? I don't care whatever is going on between Ifunaya's dad and Ifunaya's mom or whatever. My thing is, as a man, put your children first.
Yeah.
Even if you're having problem with your ex, if you can't reconcile with your ex, you can't stand your ex or anything, how about your children?
Exactly.
Eh? With all the, I'm going to the village, I have to live with my people. What happened now? Is it not still your daughter that came all the way to come and rescue you right now?
The child, though.
Your daughter have to come all the way from US to come and rescue you. And like I was saying, my sister, if not man, if not son, that man go pay you.
I was just saying earlier that people get a different level to madness.
That man go pay you.
True.
Because I have never seen broad day witchcraft before. This is just a broad daylight witchcraft.
Yeah.
Like, just leave him there. Just manage to keep him alive so that this money can be. The whole thing is just messy. And the one that called himself.
I was surprised. I was like, is there a private insurance somewhere, life insurance somewhere that Gabriel knows about?
Oh, my sister, after yesterday's show, I'm beginning to explore that option now. I think after I've seen, when I've seen Gabriel and his white wife,
exactly, yes,
something tells me this man probably have insurance worth millions of dollars. That is why they are so keen on getting that power of attorney. Oh, I'm in charge. Because I look at it. Let's be honest, $5,000 is a lot of money, but if you live in the US and you got good job, $5,000 is not worth what you want to be fighting everybody for. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. We all live here in the US. If you got a good job, you're doing great. You can't be fighting your brother's children because of $5,000. Definitely, that man, while he was working in in New York, the man has gotten maybe all these powerful insurance that it runs into millions.
Yeah.
And they just can't stand the fact that if this man die, that money will go to the children. And if the money go to the children, do you think the children will leave their mom and say, "Oh, mom, that them like you when he was alive"? So that is where they are all going crazy now. If we want to go with that narrative, the family just can't stand it. Peter has $1 million insurance, and this Peter wife, she's a witch. She's a M5. Horrible people there. Terrible people there.
This one has opened my eyes. Like I said, I shared my experience yesterday also of me knowing seeing how my dad placed his brothers before us, who are his children. And I would ask my dad for 500 naira. My dad would say, "Go and go and ask your mother." And my uncle would be standing there asking my dad for thousands of naira. My dad would go inside house. At some point, I was like, this uncle is using juju for my dad, didn't he? My dad would go in and give him the money he asked for. Why me? I'm asking for 500 naira to buy home economics textbook. It went on for years like that. For years.
See, imagine.
Now, my dad, they showed him Pepe. I shared that. I don't know if you watched that part of my video. They showed him Pepe, where my dad, my grandpa bought a land in Shangisha. I don't know if you know Shangisha Magodo very well. So now, Magodo, Shangisha now is much more like if you buy a land there now, like it's going in the millions, just like in Magodo. That was where my grandpa had a land. That was where my grandpa had a land. And my grandpa told my dad to come and build on that land. My dad was young Very, very young, making money when he was in his early 40s. My dad retired at his late 40s because he worked with Nine Post. He retired at a very young age and he had money. So obviously my grandpa saw that, this one, for my children, this one is making money. My dad obviously agreed and he built that, like, it face me and face my mommy 16 rooms, all built by my dad. His money. Before we know it, one uncle came, took 2 rooms, started his family. Before we know it, another uncle came, took 1 room. Before we know it, another uncle came, took 1 room. So the other rooms was rented out to tenants. Years later, my grandpa retired to hometown. I said it was my dad to sell that land. So land, there's a house on top. Oh, what's going to happen? My dad built the house with 16 rooms and 2 shops with his money. When they sold that land, Uncle B, if I tell you how much my grandpa gave my dad refused the money because he did not expect that at all.
Wow.
I think they sold the house for like maybe almost, I can't remember now. It went to the millions. The way Baba split the money, you will have thought that the other children who did not contribute when he was building should not even maybe get up to what they had or what he gave them. If my dad knew, my dad regretted. If he knew then the money was used to build that land, he would have used it to go and buy his own house. My dad did not build his first house until he was in his late 50s. And that's where he's living now. My dad, it was a big family matter. When I heard, I was like, then my mama, it obviously went on to show that, when we're talking about this father, we know that in the father's side, they often don't like the women, the mothers. If they don't like your mother like this, that's you done for. I knew they did not like my mom. I knew they didn't even have to tell me. I've seen how my uncles reacted towards my mom. So it was when that is there that my dad was building. My mom was like, Babalani, I'm telling you, don't do this. Later, when they now sold the land, and when I died, my mom now heard how much they gave my dad. My mom could not just say, "Shame you, software." Did I not tell you? Did I not tell you? Because they all have their own house. My dad did not build his first house until he was maybe 58 or into his 60s, and he regretted ever doing that. Can you imagine? As if my mom was not there, they would have used my daddy's head long ago. Now Baba is gone. Now the money that Baba shared, they've all spent it. Can you imagine?
Also, Mama 5, most of the time when they don't like the wife, divorced or not, is because she's the one that stands up for her husband.
Exactly.
And tells her husband the truth about his family. And they get an inkling of that. And now they feel like, oh, their brother is acting different because he married this woman. Therefore, this woman is a witch. Most of the time, this woman has just seen patterns and chooses to stand for her husband and her children. And her children. And I'm sick and tired of this narrative of children, for instance, if he now spending her dad's money, as opposed to what?
Exactly.
As opposed to what? If you like, don't go and work hard so that your children can have money. Be there fighting for somebody else's property. Money. How about your own children enjoy from your own hard work? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. people just have to learn from this incident. I know it's playing out right in front of our eyes right now, but please, I just like to talk to my brothers. Please learn from stuff like this.
Yeah.
I do tell people that, look, you cannot be more traditional than me. I get coconut head. I've been number one. Yeah, my wife, everybody around me knows it. I'm a traditional man. Forget say I did America or something. But at the same time, you have to establish boundaries around some shape. Oh, I'm sorry for saying that, my sister. Look, my family know one thing for sure. Both all my siblings, extended family, they get to know this. If you don't like my wife, don't even bother texting or calling me.
Exactly. That's how it should be.
It's a principle. Everybody knows that about me in Nigeria. All the people who are closer, those who want to like, hey, there. You know that. My wife is not the talk type or something. She's a nice woman. She know they pass her boundary. But if I sense that energy that you are feeling somehow because of my wife, I'm cutting you off straight off. I no one can suffer, walk like this. Then you will now put my home in a situation whereby I will be sleeping with one eyes open. I ain't gonna do that. The situation with this Ifunanya's family and everything now, just like my beautiful sister say right now. The family, maybe they probably think that, oh, the wife is speaking for this man, the wife is blocking us. Listen, from what we saw yesterday, I don't know if you watched the entire show yesterday, M5. From the information we found yesterday, it is obvious. It is obvious that the family do not like the wife from the get-go.
Yeah, from the beginning. The son did not do No, did not do that. It was clear they don't like Ifunaya's mom.
I don't know how long we're going to explain this to our people. When you don't like your brother's wife, you've already created problem. If your
Exactly.
brother loves you, respect you, and you don't like your brother's wife, wahala will happen sooner or later. Because the woman will figure you out. The woman will know that this my husband, brother, or sister don't like me. So, if anything concerns you show up on the table, the woman, if she get opportunity to block you, she will block your ass. If
Exactly.
your brother want to do something for you, maybe you need $2,000. Since the wife know, and especially if you don't hide it, if the wife knows that you don't like her, if the brother want to give you $2,000, she go block out. Women, there are
Exactly.
women on this platform now. You are hearing me. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Why? The woman is working with your brother.
Yeah.
They are building together. So because you don't like her, anytime the brother want to do anything for you, the woman go feel like saying that her sweat.
Yeah.
Now he won't take do something for you. Please
True.
just learn from this.
Yeah.
You and your wife, listen to me. If your marriage is not going to work, you don't even need any family member to show you your marriage
To
is
see
not
you
going to
there.
work.
Yeah.
If you marry the wrong woman, you don't need a soothsayer for you to know that you married the wrong woman. But if out of the blues, your family just don't like your wife just because they are not the one who dictate to you that this is who you should marry. Our wife. Maybe when you were dating, you bring her home as girlfriend, and your family just kind of hate her. Oh, she walks somehow. She can't even greet us very well. I'm a Yoruba boy. And
Exactly.
I've seen where a good lady is rejected by family just because when she greet down, the
Okay,
down
Wadada.
greet, her knee no touch ground. And when she come to our house, and my mom was washing plates, she no go collect the plate. What? But that mean only fair. But that mean this is not a good wife, or you can't marry this one. I've seen
Can you
it happen
imagine?
before. So the point is, don't shoot yourself in the leg.
Like,
There are
true.
many men right now and women who are in this shoe right now. My
Yes.
advice to you is this: you are working hard. You, especially men, and make I leave women. When matter woman pass me, let me just talk to my brotherhood. You're working hard. You're working your butt off day and night. You are sweating for your children. Don't let one external family member come and put stone in your food.
Your Gary.
Your children comes first. That's what I kept preaching. Your
Yeah.
children, your wife is number one. We live
Yeah.
here in the US, and we saw men who are suffering because they work all their life. When they are supposed to be enjoying it, they are separated from their wife. They are divorced from their wife. And guess what? You live in Western world. When you divorce from your wife, now you go still lose again.
Exactly.
I used to joke with
Exactly.
my wife, babe, if anything happen, if you say with a divorce, forget to, I know they follow you drag. I don't enter plane, they go Nigeria with that.
God forbid.
And they go sit down me for America. Now me go lose now.
Exactly.
First, Oyinbo go pursue you come out for house. Then
Exactly.
Oyinbo go look at your work. If you still have children where they underage, they
Happy.
split
Yeah.
your money, they carry give
Yeah.
you. Everything favors the wife. So, bro, why do you now want to allow your family member, the people who are enjoying their life in Nigeria, why would you want them to come and ruin what you suffer and build? If
Exactly.
you
It's
have
crazy.
issue with your wife, you will see it. Koro, koro. I do say this a lot. Many couples that are having issue right now, the source of their problem is not what they cause between the two of them.
Yeah.
Is either wife want to satisfy some family member or husband want to satisfy some family member, and then before they know it, external problem become their internal problem.
True.
They become enemy.
True.
The last time you went to Nigeria, my mommy said you did not come around. Oh, my uncle that was in Ipaja said you did not even reach her place. How could you go to Nigeria and you don't go and see my uncle? Bro,
It's crazy.
your uncle is living his life. Just call uncle on the phone and say, Uncle, sorry, oh, this woman has stopped woman. I don't even know say you no go come. Remember, Binu, next time when we come with uncle.
Exactly. Exactly. Hello, Uncle Ben. Are you still there? Right. Thanks so much, Uncle Ben. Are you back?
I received a call, Jare. No verse, my sister. Thank you.
All right, okay. No worries at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna add. We've got a lot of people waiting. So OVA, that's you in. Unmute yourself. I think I'm gonna put us on a timer now. So I'm putting you on a 5-minute timer. Okay. So let me put on my clock. So your 5 minutes starts now.
Greetings, my sister. God bless
Welcome.
you.
Welcome.
I've been seeing what you're doing, and we really thank God. Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
you're doing a great work.
Thank you,
Yes. Well, yes, and to be honest, this issue, when I started, I think I came for the first time I heard the story was like 2 days ago. And it was just everywhere online. So I'm never. Sometimes I'm not someone that just go with all these stories, too many stories online, because I usually feel like most of the stories are not very clear. So I decided to just go and listen to the story. I followed everything, and I understood exactly why a lot of people are, riled up and felt concerned. And also me, I had this. I also still have though the same impression that how can someone's family be this wicked and all that. But yeah, but the thing with me is that I also try to pick out some other side as much as. But yes, but for me, what I think is that, first of all, the family that is accusing the lady right now, especially I don't think it's the guy called Chris, I think, that is accusing that wrote that thing online.
Yeah, one of the uncle.
One of the uncle. The thing they don't get is that a lot of people are relating to this because it's a real thing. It's a real thing that they've seen in their own family.
Yeah.
So you can't tell people that it's not real, because it's something that the people are seeing in their own family. And also, if you claim to be the good person, or maybe the girl is the one that is bad, how do you even come out and expose that your brother was having a drinking problem? Because he said it in that post, that's a drinking problem. And where does the drinking problem even the drinking problem is not supposed to come in to that conversation at all. You're talking about somebody who is not feeling well. He has a drinking problem, but he was able to work so hard in his life that people are just there taking $5,000 every month from his account. So that's just the thing. I would never take the opinion that the lady did something wrong. You got people are saying, okay, the family, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whatever relationship you might have had with their mother or something like that. The most important thing is that let's assume that everything was even wrong. Because to be honest with you, some of our people that want to leave the Western world and go back home is maybe because they are tired of the system, or maybe they feel like the system is really suffocating them, kind of, or they are not getting. So some people will just be like, let me go home and stay for some time. You know? Yeah. And if the man decided to run home, the problem is that going home is not the problem, but did he go to the right people? Did he trust? Did he entrust himself to the right people? And that's the problem. So it doesn't matter the family, the mother. We know how it is here. We know how the system is. Sometimes you get overwhelmed. Sometimes you just feel like everything is about billing. You pay bills. You can't see. It's as if you're just working all your life. And sometimes you just want to go to a different place and just relax, kind of, especially home. So the lady went, if she's so bad, like the way that her uncle wants to portray her.
Yeah.
Why did she decide to bring him back to the US?
Exactly.
Why did she say why did she say that she must go back home with her father? Because if you hate your father and you don't want your father even around or whatever, you won't care where he is.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's the thing, and it's just quite unfortunate. But I also look at it in a way that why the man might have been happy to see that his other brother in the US is maybe because I don't think maybe the brother had direct influence with what was happening to him back home.
Possibly.
But it doesn't. Yeah. But I don't. But it doesn't mean that he should be excused for that kind of negligence, because he was supposed to also find out how is his brother doing. In fact, if he's such a concerned brother, he
1
would
minute
go
to
home.
go, Mr. Ovie.
Yes, sorry. If he's such a concerned brother, he will go back home with the daughter to find out what is happening to his brother. But
Exactly.
still, the man might have just saw him and laughed, and because maybe he never had issues with him while he was in the US, kind of. But it doesn't mean sometimes you don't know what is going on. And don't forget that he was still in a kind of a state. You don't even know. People are saying that why was he happy? He might be happy because he's just happy to be alive and happy to see people, and maybe he's not even yet analyzing what has just happened to him, you know? So,
Absolutely.
but at the same time, we know that he went, maybe going home was just for him to take a break from the Western world and for him to just relax for some time. But unfortunately, the people that he went and entrusted himself into did not handle the thing in the best way. You know, so I think that's just
you
what
so
I
much
think.
for your contribution. Thank you so much, and I hope you subscribe. Okay, thank you for your contribution
Yeah.
there.
Thank you,
I'm going to take the next person on the list in. So we have George Lopez. George Lopez, welcome. That's you on stage. Your 5 minutes starts now. Hello. Hello, George. Are you there? Hello. Right. Okay. Hello, BB. That's you on stage.
Okay. Hello. Can you hear me?
Welcome, my sister. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. What actually happened is very common among our people, especially that part of the country, the region. Nigeria is like a patriarchy society. It's later I was even realizing. It's later I realized that man has a male child.
Yeah, I didn't realize he has children.
They tend to ignore that part of the country. They tend to trust their siblings more than their children. Because I don't know the reason why you have grown-up children, irrespective of what is happening, give a power of attorney to your brother.
It's crazy.
Instead of your children. Even the children are grown. So why did you give it to the brother in the first place? So to me, there's a Yoruba proverb to for those siblings to have the effrontery to treat that child like that, that man has gave the family. Those children have to be very careful. But now it's too late. The man, I don't think the man is in control of everything. And if you see the way that man, and it baffles me. Let's even take everything. Let's put humanity into it. Exactly. You, the brother that you are in America, let's assume you don't even like the girl. The girl is whatever she is. But you want to tell me that you are not even aware of what your brother is going through in Nigeria from the other sibling. And the first time you go and see him when he came back to America, you not even go and check on him to say he's fair, is to go and sign a paper.
Exactly. Can you imagine? He went to court house
first time. The first time you will see him since he came back from Nigeria, it's not even like at least just go for the first time, visit him, try to establish a carry. But the first time you go with a document. There's not to that story that maybe they are the next of kin on certain documents. They should check maybe the man is pensions, gratuity, and life insurance. Maybe they are the next of kin. Maybe the man has already put them on as next of kin. And the reason I believe the $5,000 is the saving grace for that man. If that money is not coming, that man, I don't think that man will be alive.
Yeah, he will have been.
I think they save him because of the money they are getting. This is, I don't know who is online now. I will enjoy every one of us, be it wherever we are, Africa as a whole. Nobody can love you like your children, irrespective of what you're going through with them. If you believe your brother or your sister, let me tell you, your brother and sisters, you are competitors. There is a rivalry. Let me tell you, they might be saying, mommy or my sister, my brother, they can never love you the way your children will love you.
True.
Irrespective of what you and your children are going through. I'm talking from a personal experience. They can never love. You can have an issue with your dad, you can have an issue with your mom, but you never allow them to go through that stress, or you see them being maltreated. Because no matter how wicked you are, your siblings are your competitors. They are your rivals. There is a competition, either you like it or not. So let me tell you, some of them are even worse than outsiders. So handling your business to your siblings, that is the easiest way, the fastest way to come visit your creator.
Exactly, true. True.
The fastest way. And especially if property is involved. That man exposes his children. That man exposes his children. Even this wife too, if you find out some of the problem, maybe it's marital problem too. With this family, I think there will be a contributing factor. Because what did they say that they are calling the mother of their niece, nephew and nieces Ashawo? Irrespective of what your brother has told you about her, the fact that he has 4 children for that man, you have no right to label her as anything.
Exactly, totally so.
So what they did to me, is a human thing. The first time you go and visit your brother, is with document, and the wife followed him. There is more to that story than me there. I think if they find out, there'll be like abuse, financial abuse is involved.
Definitely.
And this guy will take it.
I would imagine that was why when Ifunanya went to the American embassy, they advised her that she could revoke that power button, and she will have tendered evidences. She will have tendered proof to say.
I think the power button that Ifunanya had now is even more powerful than whatever the uncle brought in, because that is American government sanctioning informer to be in charge of her father.
Yeah.
No matter what she done, no matter what she have done, for her to leave America to go and look for that man, it shows that there's a bond between them, irrespective of what has happened in the past. And who are you to dictate between what happened between a father and a child? Is your brother fine, but that man is our father.
Exactly.
Nothing. So to me, and especially my brothers from the southeast of the country, please, every child is important.
Yes, so.
Every child is important. Every child is important. I remember when we were growing up there, my grandmother, when they say, she was, because me, I'm from Abekutama, they say, you mentioned this house. There was someone wants to say a woman. He said, they point to another house. Who was that house? A woman. He said, but if they call Allah in the market, who will come out is male. If they say, that is my grandmother for you. So let me tell you, every child is important. Every child is something. Enable them, give them an enabling environment. Stop degrading your female children, especially from that part of the country. It happens even among us, even in Southwest too. It's very common. Don't ignore your children. Don't ever ignore them. Don't ever ignore them. You don't know which one of them. And one thing, people don't even realize, the male, you men, you're your female children. If you have a female children, you won't know the benefit until when you're in your 70s and 60s. I know what I'm talking about. I lost my dad in February. I can tell you, none of the male child, you call them. My sister in Nigeria, Bako, was the one taking him from one hospital to the other, and they won't send him money. If you call the boys, they will tell you, get vaccine. Even he himself, he sees it before he dies. Because no man sorry by the government job, we gala, traffic market. But he sees it before he dies, like, if you have a female child, if you take care of your female child, you don't know what you enjoy until your old age. Exactly. They will tell you even take care of their mother-in-law or father-in-law than you. And if you take care of your female children, you are even gaining a son. That's what you don't realize. Take care of your children and don't ever sell your children short. Don't even expose your children to the family, because this is what this man has done. If he's gone now, he has exposed the children to the family batch because of the property back home now.
True.
This is so, and this girl, I know she's very smart. She has to do whatever she has to do every check. whatever the father is entitled to in America. Before that uncle with his power is Oluwole power of attorney. May God deliver us all. And I talk me to be, don't ever say your let me tell you, your siblings are your rivals.
Yeah.
They can't like you more than they can't love you more than your kids. Please take it on board. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for your contribution, man. Thank you, man. So, George Lopez, that's you back on. George Lopez, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly. Your 5 minutes starts now.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
And thanks for being our member. Oh, not you there. It was Dixon. I'm mixing it up. Right. 5 minutes starts now.
Okay. Listening to all Ifunanya's case and everything, it's a very strong. It's a reality of what plays out mostly in Nigeria, and with all the character deformation they're trying to do with her, it's very normal. I already saw it coming. In as much as she's more like replaying everything that's happened from 2022. I'm sure it's been settled out, or they might even still be in court.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever the case will be, for things to go this far is very common with a lot of Nigerian men. Now, I will speak as an Igbo person because I'm also Igbo, so I know I can say what the dynamics will be. Now, for siblings of an Igbo man, most especially if he has bad siblings who are very envious of him, and maybe he's the only person who has a light in the family, the family tend to hover around whatever property he has, even if that property is as small as a store. They will fight everything tooth and nail, irrespective of he's having kids. They do not care whether he's married, he has kids or not. And for the uncle to go and request power of attorney and not respecting the fact that before you stand in as power of attorney, ideally, you would also consider you have a wife. I should not be the one. He has grown-up kids. Now, he doesn't just have kids, he has grown-up kids. That uncle should not take that position. If the uncles or the family members are in good standing, he should not. Now, because I've seen power of attorney play, it played out in my own family. My dad gave power of attorney to his youngest sister, and she played it out in the most ridiculous way. We were much younger, but that's by the way. And everyone who is coming to say, well, Ifunanya should have done this, she's, trying to make it look like she's the worst of all. It's not easy to live in America. And if your father now decides to say, oh, I do not want to, or I'm retiring back, there's a limit of communication you will have with that person. But when you have that communication is genuine, I could see the pain. A lot of the people are going back and, trying to bring out one thing or the other, but I'm totally disappointed in the uncle. I'm disappointed in the family. But whatever they are dragging or whatever properties or whatever he has, they want it to come to them. They do not want it to go to the family. And a lot of speculations around saying, oh, that we are all her siblings. In terms of family war, one person will stand out.
Yeah,
absolutely. Irrespective of the sex of that child, one person will stand out. The other people will give their support, but one person will be the backbone and see it to the very end. A lot of people, a lot of internet are saying, well, why is she coming out in 2025? It happened in 2022. There's a lot of healing that goes. She has fought it in 2022. A lot of healing goes. She has to be mentally ready to share the story. And a lot of people were saying, oh, why did she take the father to rehab, a care home? With all that stress that happened, he needs care. He needs to go into physical therapy. He needs constant monitoring. It's not what they can do at home, but it's Nigeria, and it's the mentality of a lot of Nigerians. Even a lot of Nigerians in the US still do this. And my advice is men who put their family first. When I say their family, their siblings before their immediate family, this is what happens. No matter how they have a conversation with the siblings and be like, oh, how are the children? As little as the man saying, the way these children are, they can be very funny. when you have envious families, they will pick on all those little nuances that on a regular day nobody will pick on it. They will pick on it, and when something happens where they need to step in, they'll begin to dish it out, and they will dish it out from a place of hate. They will dish it out from a place of envy and all. As I said, Josephine is late. Yes. Such people do not last long. I'm sorry to say I have no empathy for her, but such people do not last long. Just like in my own family, everyone who dragged the property, we lost the property, we lost everything, but they are all late today. And am I grateful to God for it? Kind of, yes, because they play the hand in it, but you know, we'll see how it plays out at the end. It's just for men, it's for men to take caution. Pay attention to your immediate family. You don't need to have all the money in the world. All you have to do is to be present in reality. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much, George. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. A lot of people in the comment section agree with you. Thank you so much for that contribution. And I hope you stay subscribed and, you know, always join us when we are on live stream. Thank you for being here. And happy Father's Day. Right. Ugochukwu.
Hello.
Hello, Ugo. Welcome.
Yes. How are you doing?
Member. A round of applause for our new member. Ho, 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 ho. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. Right.
And
so your 5 minutes starts now. I think I'm going to give you maybe 6 minutes because I know
great. Thank you. Thank you.
So your time starts now.
All right. We are dealing with an interesting situation here. And I have been opportune to listen to the whole thing and watched it over and over again. And I want to bring out a few points here. Number one, when you have a dysfunctional family, that is what plays out. If we look at this family, you can see that the family is not, I'm sorry to use the word, is not functioning properly. Now, for the man to have left the States and relocated here, there are a lot of things that we don't know. All we can tell is what we watch on social media, what we heard, what we hear from the daughter. But there are a lot of things that they're not going to be able to explain to us. So first of all, I also want to plead that let us detribalize this issue. This thing that is happening in Anambra, it happens everywhere in Nigeria. It happens everywhere. So when people come up here and they tend to talk that Igbos are like that Igbo men should do this and do that, it doesn't resonate well with me, because a greedy person is a greedy person. Doesn't matter the tribe. It doesn't matter where you come from. You know. And that family is not a comprehensive representative of an Igbo family. I want to let us know that there are a lot of things, there are a lot of questions, you know, a lot of issues, marital issues, the failure on the man's side, on the brother's side, and every other person. So the things are not working the way it should. So we can't use that to generalize the whole Igbo land and say this is the way they behave. I'm an Igbo person, and I can tell you that it doesn't represent who we are. It doesn't represent Africa. Okay, Africans, we relate to each other when it comes to family. There is something that is obtainable anywhere, you know, and greed is greed everywhere. I said it before and I'm repeating it again. So please, that's it. Now, and also on the side of that men should, we shouldn't take side, or we shouldn't differentiate between men and women. That's boys and girls. Children are children. This Ifunanya is a girl, and she was raised by this man and the wife. You know, so I believe they impacted into her life, and also she has developed herself to this point. What she did, she's a lioness. You know, she went into the lion's den and she came out. It wasn't easy. And I felt that it could have been handled in a different way, in a better way, but I give kudos to her. What she did, it's awesome. It's something that most people, most, even wherever you are, most ladies cannot dare do this. They can't. So I believe that the mother and the father, they really impacted. Forget about the marital breakdown, the marriage that is not functioning. It can happen to anybody. It doesn't mean that they are evil. It's just that it didn't work out well. But I give kudos to the parents for however they raised that kid, however they trained her, they did marvelously well. So this what we are looking at here, we need to learn some lessons as a father, as a husband, as an uncle. What are we taking from this situation? Okay, so the uncles, we can apportion blame to everybody, but I still stand to say that there are a lot of things that we cannot be able to say, but we can only say what we're looking at. So the concentration here is what Ifunanya has done, and I don't care what how they want to play it down. The uncles, they want to to trash her down and talk ill of her. It doesn't to me, it doesn't mean anything. Where were they? And how can you lock up your brother? I had an opportunity to take care of my father for 12 years. He had stroke, and we had the opportunity to take care of him. It was our responsibility to do that. So when I saw that man, I can imagine what that man has gone through. I can imagine the situation of that man. And what kind of brother, what kind of sister can look at your brother lying down? I'm sure he's not eating well. There's no hospital, no medication. Yet there is money coming in. So that is terrible on their side, and everybody, we need to rise up and condemn that. Forget about what the marriage between the Ifunanya's mom and the dad. That's not our business. What we're talking is what is going on here, and we need to rise up with one voice to condemn it, that this is wrong and this is evil. Evil is evil wherever in Nigeria. An evil man is an evil man. An evil person is an evil person wherever you are. So I really want to thank God for the life of that girl. Because she could have lost her life. They could have kidnapped her in that is it Enugwu or wherever. They could have kidnapped her, but she was strong. She was courageous, and I give it all to her. So all we're saying here is everybody should learn their lesson, and your family is your family. I'm a married person, and my priority are my children, whether the boy, whether the girl. They are my priority. My wife is my priority, and my kids are my priorities. My siblings now they come second. Whatever I don't give to my children, I wouldn't give it to them. Whatever I don't tell my children, I wouldn't tell it to my brothers nor my sisters, because at the darkest moment of our lives, they are the one that will be there. There's an adage in Igbo land that says that when a corpse starts smelling, the owners of the corpse will come out. The real owners of the corpse. Everybody will see the corpse on the roadside and pass by, but the real owners, they wouldn't mind how smelly the corpse has turned. They will come and they will want to take care of it. And that's exactly what Ifunanya has done. The real owners of that man are the children. At Ifunanya and the brothers, they are the number one. So whether power of attorney or no power of attorney, it doesn't, those are secondary. The real thing is Ifunanya, was able to do the right thing, and there is nobody should blame her for anything. What she did was the right thing, and we praise her, we crown her. She's wonderful. That's all I have to say. Thank you for the time. God bless you.
Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your contribution there. That was epic. That was great. Thank you so much. Right, guys. Wow, I've been here for 2 hours, 24 minutes. I'm just going to use the last 6 minutes to round up. Okay. I really love the fact that a lot of people call in today, and a few of them, I think most of them are actually male. And I really, really appreciate your presence in here. And I hope that you all have heard the contribution of these men. And we've also heard words of advice from the few women who have called in as well. And my lasting words to you all out here is this: your family, your immediate family comes first. See, if you don't have children yet, you can be there. But once you start having your own children, just like Mr. Dixon said there, what he doesn't give to his children is not given to anybody. What he doesn't tell his children, he's not telling anybody. Okay, so it pretty much goes that if I'm treating my family, my children well, then I'll treat you well. I cannot be treating my children. I cannot be treating my children the other way. You expect me to be treating you well. It's not right. Like I always said myself here that my parents gave birth to me, and it's up to me to rebut myself. And I've done that. I'm married, I've got kids. So which means that after the God that created me, comes my husband, my children, and then comes my parents, and then my sisters, and then every other adopted children that I've got anywhere else. But see, even my siblings at times, they're on their own, because at the end of the day, we are like a tree, and a tree has different branches. At the end of the day, each branches, we all need to grow on our own. You're not going to depend on anybody. Yes, there are some families who are so close, they love one another. But then in this instance of this case here, whoever that is trying to tarnish the image of this Ifunanya girl, you just need to go get your head checked. You need to go get your head checked. And I'm going to say this, at the end of the day, men that are chasing their wives because their wives are giving birth to girls, at the end of the day, you, the man, you are the one who is giving the woman the seed. It is whatever you gave to her, whatever it is you implanted into her, that's what she's brought out for you. So if you're just throwing female blank, female shot, now female you go born now. And if eventually you throw a male shot, you go born male. So what I'm trying to say again is that all child, like male or female, these children, if you care for them, they will be the one to look after you at your old age. If you're not good to your children, you're on your own. No? If you're not good to your children, the children you don't care for will not care for you. You just have to put that out there. But if you care for that child, see, even children who are well kept for or who are well looked after, some of them still don't go ahead to look after their parents. Hence why in all you do in life, your family, your own immediate family, bring them close. Bring them close. And don't let anybody be telling you to come and use your money to build any family house. Don't. Now scam. So I hope you guys have taken a lot away from here today. And I still see some of the comments still coming in. And guys, I really need to go now because I have another live stream in an hour and a half where we are going to talk about Ife, who said that surrogacy should be something that you can just go to the supermarket and buy. So I was going to do this next week, but like, the topic is still hot. Let me talk about it. So if you're still here at 7 o'clock, or if you have an extra time, join me again in about an hour and a half. So it's UK time 7 p.m. and same time as Nigeria 7 p.m. time. In all, I'm still giving all the kudos to Ifunanya. Like if she was a child who did not care about her father, if she was a child who had no love, or who had no love for her father, see that first time that she went and she met with all of the resistance she made, she could have left. If she was a child who like, oh, by the way, anyway, this man was not good to my mom anyway, allegedly. Oh, by the way, anyway, I've tried my best. He's brought me, my uncles and my aunties are not allowing me to see him. Anyway, God knows I've been here. She could have left and do her own thing and go back to the US. But no. It goes on to show that her father was there. It goes on to show that she loved her father and she still loves her father. Hence why she fought for him. I saw a few comments there saying that, oh, that house is big. It should not, they'll be maintaining. Should it be only Ifunanya's father that is maintaining the house? Did they not say that the house or whatever belonged to all the children in that family? That is a family land or something. So why should it be Ifunanya's father's $5,000 that they are using to look after that? And with that being said, Ifunanya said $5,000 and they could not take out 200 and something thousand for somebody to be coming to care for her father. Like, she was even shocked because she knows what she was talking about. Out of $5,000, how much they won't take till now every day or every month, then they repair roof for the 3-story building. Are they painting the 3-story building every day? So this was just a bad, like when we see bad, let's call out the bad, okay? When we see the bad thing, let's call out the bad and the bullshit of some family members. It's when you keep quiet, you don't call them out for that shenanigan. That's when you are like, giving them more power. But when you call their bluff and tell them, come and explain. So well done to you, Ifunanya. Like I said, she's not uploaded anything yet, and I hope she has not been bullied into silence. If there's any further update from her, I'll bring the video here. I will upload it as normal so you guys can watch it. With that being said, guys, I'm going to have to go now. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Wow. I think this is a record breaker on my channel. I had about 800 of you watching me at some point. Thank you so much. And please, before you go, I would really appreciate if 700 of you click the subscribe button. You know, if you have the chance to watch this video back, do not hesitate to drop your comments and opinion as well. Please, guys, let us be respectful to one another. I saw a few rude comments, guys. There's no point being disrespectful to each other here. We are all adults and we are discussing everything that happens in our life as Africans, even as Nigerians. This is what happens in our society. So I don't see the reason why we should be insulting each other. There's no need for that. We are all matured and we should be able to rub our minds maturely. And it's okay to disagree and agree as well. It's not bad. So with that being said, like said, do not hesitate to subscribe, share this video, turn on your post notification, and shout out to our new member there. We have a new member. His name is Dixon. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy being a member, a part of my membership. And why am I asking for you to support my channel? You can be a member of my channel by supporting me. Like, no, I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, that Mama 5, I love that you're doing this. I love what you're doing." In fact, a few people saw me today and were like, "Oh, that Mama 5, I saw your video. You're doing a great work." So for that, you need to know, support my channel. £4.99 is the cheapest thing you can give me once a month. And with that being said, like I said, I'll catch you up at 7 o'clock Nigeria time if you're in Nigeria, 7 p.m. And if you're in the UK, 7 p.m. And remember, while you are subscribing, make sure you turn on your post notifications so you get notification for when I come online. And yes, I do business shout out here as well. Okay, if you have a small business and if you have a small business or a massive business, because all of you are all Odogu, if you have a business here and you want me to advertise in one of my shows or in any of my videos, all of my social media handle are on the bottom of the like and share. You can send me an email via my email, damom5. If you have any business you want me to shout out, or if you have a product you are launching and you want me to have that on my channel, feel free to reach out to me. I can do it at an affordable price. And also check out my business handle as well. I sell scented candles and home diffusers. You can check me out on TikTok as TMO5 Candle Co. So my business page on TikTok is TMO5 Candle Co. I sell scented candles, home diffusers, car diffusers, you know, all home stuff. You know, eat your girl up there. You can see my TikTok handle for my business there on the scroll there. With that being said, happy Father's Day once again to all the men and fathers in the house there. And I shall see you in about an hour, 30 minutes. All right. Thank you, everybody. Peace out. And I hope we are all taking a lot of lesson from this testimony. All right. See you again. Bye.